So how do you want? Should we start out with a song? Do you want to sing a song or something?
Sure, sure.
Sure, right.
We
Okay.
should do let's do a freestyle rap about the
Oh,
two movies that we
right,
that we watched.
right. It's the Rambo.
That,
Man, so much to talk about.
that's the beginning anyway. That's a good
Rambo,
beginning.
Rambo.
Ramblo, that's a different movie. It- Ramblo is different.
Ramblo.
Same thing with Cocoon. I didn't watch that
Ah,
one.
Cocoon. Right. That was a good one.
No, wait, what is it?
Cocoon?
There's a
Cocoon.
movie. There's a movie called Zack and Miri Make a Porno. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes.
And they're coming up with fake movie titles, and Seth Rogen's character goes, "Cock, it's Cocoon with a cock,"
With a cock.
or something
I
like
like
that.
Cocoon better though.
Yeah,
'Cause
Cocoon is pretty good.
Right. Cockpoon.
Anyway,
It rhymes
tonight
with cocoon.
tonight
Yeah.
is plethora of beers night.
Oh, okay. I just have the one drink here.
Because I have a Guinness,
Guinness.
which I don't normally
sweet.
drink a Guinness because it's
Love
not
those.
my kind of beer. But
Love those.
occasionally I just randomly get beers. Like we'll have like a family get together and they'll have a goodie bag with a beer in it. Or some other time, I have leftover beers, so I grabbed a bunch of my leftover beers. So anyway,
Sure.
I'll be introducing them as the night goes on.
Like it's a beer Paris or whatever. It's not all
Yeah,
the
sure.
same beer. You didn't get a bunch again.
beer pootery
The big. Oh, that. Yeah. Now we're back to pooter.
or a beer cootery. That's what it should be. Beer cootery.
Charcuterie. Well,
Yeah.
cooter.
Yeah.
These are all the starting to
We're
sound
not.
like cocoon.
This
Cocoon
is not
again.
going to be a sexual episode, folks. Despite
No.
what you may think from looking at both of us.
Yeah. Sex machine.
This is Summum Bonum.
Summum bonum.
Summum Bonum.
Summum bonum. Doop-doop-doo. Summum bonum.
It's
You gonna do the thing where he does the solo?
he does like a little scatting kind of
Yeah,
thing.
go. You want to go for
I
it?
don't. No, I don't want to do it.
No, it's gonna be fun. It would
I'm
be
not a
fun if you did
performing monkey. No.
it. I never thought you were. I was just thought you would want to take the opportunity to do a little. You don't want to do it because you have the perfect voice.
I do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like there's other versions where like I don't know if it's the original version where it's like all of a sudden he's like way back in the other side of the room and it's like
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, the Sesame Street version, right?
I don't know. I get it all kind of mixed up.
Right. All the puppets just turn into one puppet.
I grew up. That was like one of my favorite things was growing up was not Sesame Street, Muppet Show was one of my favorite things growing up. I was very into them. Everyone has that one some people more than one, but like a specific childhood thing that they were like really into, and mine would have been the Muppets. But
And Arista put out the soundtrack album.
Arista did, yeah.
Yeah, didn't you tell me that? Yeah,
They
you
put
told me
out
that was- yeah.
I had two Muppet Show records on Arista.
Mm-hmm.
There's like the Muppet Show album and then Muppet Show 2, Electric
Okay.
Boogaloo. Yeah.
Dr. Tooth, did he ever have a solo album?
Oh, he should. Yeah, there should be. I don't think there's ever been an Electric Mayhem album, but there should be.
Right. Dr.
Like-
Tooth? Electric
Dr.
Man?
Teeth.
Teeth.
Dr. Teeth, and then you've got
Tooths.
Zoot is the sax player,
Yep.
and Janice is the bass player.
Yeah.
Animals the drummer.
Drummer, sure.
Am I missing somebody?
Oh,
Who's
yeah. You're missing-
Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd.
Floyd.
Which one's Floyd?
Guitar player.
Yeah, he plays guitar. He rips the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a band. That is a band right there.
Yeah. I loved that show, by the way. P.S. It was awesome. That show was great.
And the first Muppet movie is one of my favorite movies ever.
I was at when I first moved to Chicago, I was very, I was a small town kid with a
Living
what's
in
gonna
a
burst into-
lonely
Yeah,
world.
Thank you. I couldn't do it. You did it for me, and I appreciate that. Just a small
I had to do
town
it
boy.
several octaves lower than Steve Perry.
Right. No. Just a
Yeah.
small town boy.
Yeah.
But I moved in, I try to be cool, and I went to this video store, and there was this guy who was very standoffish in there, a little corner video store when they used to have those. And I was like looking for movies or whatever, and I go, and so, I go in there a bunch and I say hi, and he doesn't say hi back. And I'm trying to,
Mhm.
I'm trying to figure out what my in is or whatever. So
Yeah.
I go up to the counter man, and I'm like, hey man, do you remember the Muppet movie? Right? And he
Yeah.
goes, and he pulled up his shirt and he had fucking Kermit on a bike tattooed on his fucking arm. And he was like, I fucking love that movie.
And
And then
this
we
was
were
in the 80s.
buddies.
This was in the
Yeah,
80s.
96, 97.
Oh, okay.
So see, past when it should have been cool. We were all adults when, at this point. Yeah.
Honestly, that first movie has just gotten better to me with age. Like I
Oh, it's
liked it when
awesome.
I was a kid, but so, you get older and you
Oh
start
yeah.
noticing especially once you. This is a good segue into what we're talking about today because it's like I want you
Wait,
get.
are we recording or are we not
Yeah, this
recording?
is it. We already started.
Oh, we already did. Oh,
Yeah.
because I didn't hear the lady go, you are now recording.
Oh, it records right away. Is it recording?
It does. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Okay.
recording. Yeah.
Okay, right on.
Because
So go ahead.
your headphones were not working at the beginning of this episode. Luckily, I cut all that out. You guys don't have to see that sort of fumbling around kind of shit. When I have to help Grandpa
Right.
get his his headphones
Get his
working.
headphones working. Right.
But you get older and you if you're interested in movies, you learn about what goes into making a movie
Yes.
and which I went through that period in my 20s where I read books about movies just because for a short period of time I was just fascinated with what everything that goes into making them. Even though I've never been like a huge movie person, but I think I got fascinated by it because I read that book that Robert Rodriguez wrote about El Mariachi, about how he made this like little movie off of like a shoestring
right.
budget.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got really
That's a good
into
movie.
it. But so now that I'm older, like these movies that I love that by a lot of different people's accounts, like, like we send each other 10 of our favorite movies and most of mine are movies that most people would be like, that's not good.
Oh, really? You think
They don't
so?
have high tomato meter scores on Rotten Tomatoes. But like I'm able,
Okay.
but the
Solid flicks, though. Solid flicks.
the reason why like those are meaningful to me is because like I still enjoy them for whatever reason, but I've already gone through that phase where I know what goes into making a movie, writing a movie, directing a movie, cinematography, sound design, all of this other shit. And I can still look at these movies and go, I don't know, it's still good. So if I've gone through that phase where I even went to like film classes in college, that if I went through that and I can still say, you know what, Encino Man fucking rules, then it must.
Wow.
It must rule, right?
Encino Man. Yeah, well, it must but it wasn't on your list. It
No.
wasn't on your list. Of top
because
25.
we had to narrow it down to 10. Like,
because that was 11.
yeah. Well, there was plenty others that I left out too, but that's the one I go to when I'm trying to talk about a movie that's considered a bad movie that I love.
Oh, it's
Because-
super bad. Yeah.
No,
That's a bad movie.
fucking
Actually, I
great.
never saw it. Who's that guy who was in it?
Pauly Shore and Sean Astin from The Goonies. As an
then
older kid.
Okay, I'll go see it then. No, but that was Pauly Shore was Encino Man. What was
That was
the one
Pauly
about
Shore's
the guy
first
who was
movie.
frozen?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you're thinking, yeah, the caveman is played by. Oh my God! People
I
out there,
know.
people out there are so mad at me right now. Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. Right, that's right.
Fraser.
Fraser. Well, whatever. Sure, whatever.
just
Is that
telling
what
you
you
how-
called the show on NBC? Fraser.
Well, no, it's spelled differently.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay,
One is spelled Fraser. The other one is spelled
sure.
Fraser.
Okay. Well, Brendan Fraser.
I just feel bad when people mispronounce somebody's name for their entire life. So I just want to help, like Neil Peart. Every time someone's like, Neil Peart's my favorite. No, he's not. He's not your favorite drummer if you don't know how to
he's
pronounce his
not?
name.
Right. Okay. Well, what's the singer's name?
Geddy Lee?
Okay. Just wanted to know how you pronounced it.
Geddy Lee.
Kadila is how I always say
Alex
it.
Lifeson.
You know what? I feel bad for him because no one ever knows who he is.
I do. I love that guy. One of my favorite guitar players.
Sure. Hey, I heard Geddy Lee has a signature synthesizer that just hit the market.
I'm sure he does.
Huh?
Why not? Like
Sure.
he's one of the first people I think of when I think of a synthesizer. Him and
Right?
Herbie Hancock. But that's just
Oh,
because of Rocket. 'Cause that's that song.
Herbie Hancock.
Yeah, Herbie Hancock. Yes.
What?
Any
Handcock. No, it's
Handcock.
not Handcock. It is
No, there's no
not
D. There's no D in
No,
there. It's not a
no, I
Hancock.
know.
It's a Hancock, like
What?
Han Solo. Hancock.
Han Solo.
Yeah.
I went downtown one time and asked people, "Excuse me, which of these buildings is the John Hancock?" Just to see if people would. I was punking people, and I didn't even have a camera or anything. I just wanted to, but I was making my friend laugh. He was watching me. Excuse me. Which one of these buildings is the John Hancock? That's how mature
I
I
do
am.
enjoy a good Hancock every now and then.
Yes, that building there is the John Hancock. And there's a bar at the top of it called Top of the Cock.
Oh, that would be.
That's true.
It is a.
Top,
There's a. It's
top
called
of the
Top
Cock.
of the Cock.
Top of the Cock.
Oh my God, I love it.
Well, I don't know if that's official, but that's what people call it.
Got it.
Hey, you
Okay.
should come to Chicago. We'll go get a drink up there.
One of these days. One of these
There's a
days.
cheesecake factory at the bottom.
I don't.
That was supposed to impress you, but you just
No.
did not seem impressed.
I've been to a
Okay.
cheesecake factory, therefore I'm not impressed.
Okay. Can I just say something about Pauly Shore, please?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
We opened for Pauly Shore. Kill Whitey opened for
Oh, not even
Pauly
Stick.
Shore.
Kill Whitey.
No, Kill Whitey did.
Like so, like
Yeah.
he was doing stand up comedy.
He had a show. He was very popular. He was on the road. It was an
Uh-huh.
MTV thing. He came to play the campus,
Uh-huh.
KU, Kansas University, Lawrence, Kansas. That's
Uh-huh.
where he was. He went to the theater there, and they had bands that opened, and we got on the show. So officially, Kill Whitey opened for the Weasel.
So was it? He didn't have anything to do with that. Like he didn't know you guys.
Oh no, not
Or
at all.
heard you
He didn't
guys
have
or
any
something.
didn't have anything to do with us. Period. In fact, I wish you know what? I'll talk to Kim and I'll figure out if because Kim is a very attractive person. I'm sure Polly wanted to talk to Kim. That would be a thing that Polly Shore would want to do, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Right. Probably thought her name was Lisa.
Nice. That's I get it. As a Pauly Shore fan, I get it.
Yeah, yeah. Encino
So,
Man.
speaking of that, before we start, I know we're already on movie talk, so that would be a great segue. But I'm going to sabotage it because you brought up your music. Because you sent me demos, like stick demos, for like the in between demos, in between the two albums, and first off, it just solidifies the fact that you guys were too good of a band to like be overlooked by anybody. Because those fucking 5 demos are fucking great. They're so good. But
Mike, Daryl, Tim, man, aren't they amazing?
yeah,
they were amazing together.
They everything sounds so great in those. They're great songs. But the one thing that I like wanted to remember to ask you is
Okay.
is do you or somebody you know have the video for Resistance?
Yeah, yes. I have there were 2 versions and I'm afraid I really only have the one now. There was a yeah, I have it. It was yeah. I kept trying to remember the college in Kansas City. We got pulled in for a student video class and they were like, "Hey, can we record your band?" And so then the makeup people had to come in and put makeup on us and the lighting people had to come in and do lighting and the sound people had to come in and do the sound and then yeah, it was awesome. We were
'Cause I
like
know-
we were
Because anyway, I saw like on the Stick fan page thing months ago, somebody was literally just filming their TV, playing the video, and I'm like,
really?
because it was on a TV show. Like it was played on a
Okay.
TV show, and the
No,
video
sure.
looked cool as fuck. So I was just like,
Yeah.
Wow.
That was my idea. You like that idea? Was
So
that the
I-
one with just the light where we just leaned into the light? And leaned
yeah,
into the
it's a
light?
lot. It's very
Yeah.
dark, but it looks very cool.
Yeah.
So the reason I was asking because I'm like that should be up online somehow, and I don't. And if you don't know how to do that, I can do it for you.
So what you're saying is send you the videotape?
Sure. Or do you have 2 VHS players and you can just dub a copy and send it to me? I
I
don't
have one VHS player.
Oh, okay. But anyway, I just thought that the fact that like that video is so cool and it's literally nowhere on the internet.
Yeah, there used to be 2 versions. There was one that was kind of a funny one, and there was one that was just us playing. It was very serious. And yeah, but anyway, I thought I had both versions ripped onto DVD.
Oh,
Or is that, do you rip them? to
Yeah.
DVD? Is that what it's done when you take it from
Do you have
VHS to DVD?
the one you have? Is it on DVD?
Yeah, I got I got a little CD booklet full of DVDs that I paid this guy who did have a VHS player and a DVD recorder, and he
Got
just
it.
yeah. But what I want to do
Mhm.
is take him to like one of those places where you pay a lot of money, and then they do it really good. And I'm assuming there is a filter of some kind, an AI filter, if you will, or some sort of, like an EQ that you can just tweak the whole thing and make it look better than it did on the VHS, crisp it up a little bit.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I can do that too. But
Man,
anyway.
dude, you can do so many things.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, it just hurt my heart that that video looked so cool, and it's just nowhere out there for people to watch. So I was like, if
Right.
anybody's going to start posting your stuff online, it's going to be me.
Well, okay. Well, so what I thought I was going to do is just go to Squarespace and start a website and just upload all my videos onto Squarespace and
Or
then
do that.
and then I'd have to pay to be on the internet or whatever, right? I'd have to pay.
Unless
Yeah.
you do, I mean, if you're wanting to put music up, you could do Bandcamp, but I don't know about videos on Bandcamp.
Yeah. So, because I have a bunch of videos that I made, just me for stuff that I did too.
Well, I don't
And
know. That'd have to go on like Pornhub or something for those kind of videos.
well, now we're back to me being naked on videos all the time. That is right. That is right. Right. Yeah. Pornhub. Yeah. It'd be cool just
Pornhub.
me with a mask on.
That's illegal here, by the way, in Texas.
Well,
You can't go on
keeps
Pornhub or anything. It's
good.
It's
It's
illegal.
rot your brain. It rots your brain.
not yeah
It's dehumanizing. It's sex trafficking. That's what it is.
yeah. So
Maybe.
anyway,
I don't know. Is
I
that what they're calling it?
I don't know what
We
it
almost
is.
didn't have it here in Illinois because we were too close to Indiana and Wisconsin. Oh, but luckily something happened and all of a sudden you can get back on it. Yeah. Not that I'm on it all the time or anything.
just enough to confirm that yes, it is still available.
Yeah. Is it still available? It is. I think I won't watch any now.
Nope, not that
Nope.
kind of person.
Oh, what do you mean I can't watch some if I would want to? Meh. This doesn't feel like America.
Speaking of movies,
Yeah.
not porn movies though.
Okay.
We actually have a theme this time. And here's the thing that I love about this is because just like, because we've done we did 5 episodes prior to this or something
Yeah,
that had
six.
no plan
Nothing.
whatsoever. But
Nope.
then this
Nope.
plan came about without really any planning. It was just
No planning.
conversations happened. And then all of a sudden this became a thing, which is
Yep.
I did an episode of the show that I do called 40 Years Ago this month.
Yep.
And in one of the episodes, I was talking about the movie Cocoon, and I talked about how I don't think I've ever seen the movie Cocoon.
Yep. That's exactly what you said. Do you remember what you said after that?
I probably said I don't want to see the movie Cocoon.
Yes. You said I will never watch the movie Cocoon. That's what you said. There will be no reason that I should ever watch Cocoon. That's what you said.
I'll watch Cocoon, but not Cocoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and then the same thing happened where I was talking about the second Rambo movie, and you said you'd never seen any Rambo movies.
I think you said it was in the same show.
Oh, maybe
Did
it
it
was.
come out the same year? Something like that. But you said Rambo. And then I was like, well, wait, I've never seen Rambo. And then we had a little talk about it. And then bam.
Yeah, but I said, look, you can't watch Rambo 2. You have to start with First Blood.
No.
You got to start with the first movie.
First movie. Yeah, totally.
And so we decided that we would each watch because Mark or Mr. Smirl, as you should call him,
oh, sure, he's elderly. So yes,
assured me that the movie Cocoon was good. He likes it
Oh,
so
come
much so that he owns it on the DVD.
On DVD. Oh,
Yeah, and
I should have brought it down because
I
Yes?
love old 80s. I love Schwarzenegger and Stallone and all those things from the 80s.
Yes, sure.
And so I think First Blood is a good movie, but that's also the kind of movie that if somebody said the movie sucks, I'd be like, well, okay. Like I can't really, I can't really argue with it.
Okay. Yeah.
So we decided that would be the thing. I watched Cocoon.
Yep.
Smurley watched.
Yep.
Watched First Blood.
First Blood.
And now we're going to talk about it. It's kind of like our
Yes.
reactions
Yeah.
to these movies.
Yeah.
And so we'll have a nice little discussion about these two movies. So now it's a theme. So for movie folk out there, just in
Yeah.
case you made it this far in this episode already and you're like a movie buff, like a person that knows a lot about movies, this is the wrong show.
Right.
Because like I said earlier, I know some stuff. I know some stuff about movies, but like just to lay it out there for everybody, I did mention earlier that Encino Man is one of my favorite movies.
Yes,
and I should also on top of that mention that I do not like The Godfather. I don't think it's a very good movie.
Yeah, you've said that.
So,
and I've never seen that. I've never seen it. We should watch that. Okay, no.
No, I don't want to watch that
later.
again. That was
No,
rough.
you and I should I'll watch it together.
Rough. Only if we can hold hands while we watch it, then I might do it.
Oh, that's sweet. I'll do that. It might
might.
be scary. It might be scary. You know what I mean?
There's violence. There's violence in the
Right.
movie.
We might go,
It is.
I might squeeze your hand too tight.
I'm going to be like, the editing is so bad in this movie. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, is that what you're going to say?
There's some. I mean, I know it's not a newer movie, but there are some very well edited movies, and Godfather's not one of them.
Really? It's not? It's known.
There's weird parts of the movie where I go, that took me out of the movie because all I could think about was like, why did they choose to do that? That's okay. Anyway. That doesn't matter. But the movie people have all gone away now, so we can just talk about these movies. So I was thinking, we set this up like if there was a double feature, like you're at a drive-in movie theater, and there's a double feature of Cocoon and First Blood.
Sure.
I feel like Cocoon would play first. So like
yes, that would be the warm up. Yes,
the young people could go home. Yeah. Before
family.
First
That'd
Blood.
be the family one, and then the adult one would be later. Yes, I.
Well,
Totally
there is a full on butt in Cocoon, so that's not totally kid friendly.
Right. Tawny.
I don't know.
Tawny Welch. Oh, you didn't. Okay.
No,
You were not impressed with her at all.
No,
I was like,
that is 100% the opposite of the kind of woman I'm attracted to. It's just like
you have women you're unattracted to. Wow.
Oh, yes.
That's just,
yes.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yes.
I like them all. They're all cool. Thank you, women.
I'm not
Thank
saying
you for
she's
being
not
you.
nice.
Okay. No, she's very nice and a great actress.
Okay. Yeah, that's why she's been in so many other things I've seen.
That's why she was immediately on the cover of Playboy.
But then, like, I don't think I knew who she was, and I've never seen her again. Anyway, so I feel like we start with Cocoon. So,
Fine.
And then the second one will be First Blood once all the kids are
Sure.
gone, and then we can start getting serious.
Sure.
But
Right.
so
I took no note. Okay.
I took no notes.
I took no notes on Cocoon because I started to take notes on Cocoon, but then I was like, oh, I just love this movie and I'm going to watch it. Rambo, on the other hand, I have 15 pages of notes.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
We got to get Stallone in on this episode. If somebody knows Stallone's camp, send him this video.
Yeah, it's going to get hot. It's going to get real hot.
Because he needs, if we've done this kind of work for Stallone movie,
I figured you were going to take 15 pages of notes on Cocoon, and then I would just enjoy you.
Not only did I take notes in my head, I got notes from my wife because I wish my wife wanted to do a YouTube channel or something because sometimes she does not want to, but sometimes we'll finish a show or a movie and just hearing her talk for a few minutes about it, I'm like, this needs to be a show. But
I would have loved to have seen that. Would it have made me cry though?
No, but I'll bring it up. We'll talk about it.
Okay,
but the thing is, when I started watching Cocoon, there was that part of me that goes, look, this movie was fucking huge. And then it was all over like HBO, Cinemax or whatever. I must have seen some part of this movie. But after finishing the movie, I literally did not remember anything from the movie except for the little bits from the trailer. Because I remember the trailer. And so I know that Gutenberg was in it. I know that Brimley was in it. I know. Right. I just remembered that line. You never grow old and you never die. I know that was in the movie.
Right.
And that was kind of all I knew. And I knew that Opie Cunningham directed it. That's all I knew. So.
Do you mean Ron Howard?
Ron Howard.
Stephen. Ron Howard.
Ron Howard.
The famous director.
Yeah.
Critically acclaimed.
The one thing I have to say is that, like, if I was going to give a rating to the movie before we start, out of 5 stars, I'd give it a 3 out of 5.
3. Okay.
I didn't. Not bad. Here's the thing. I didn't hate it, and I was entertained. So that's already off the table. Like it wasn't boring. It wasn't annoying. It was just I actually there's a part of me that got kind of mad at the alien parts because I'm like, look, I just want a movie about these old dudes hanging out together.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, another one of my favorite movies ever, Grumpy Old Men, which is just like old dudes hanging out together.
Right.
So for those of you who haven't seen Cocoon, there's a retirement home kind of place.
Spoiler
alerts.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler 40 year later, spoiler alerts.
Spoiler alerts. Totally. Yeah. Stop this video now. If you don't
there's these old people that all live at this retirement home, people's home.
Of course.
And a few of the main dudes.
It's a retirement village, if you will.
Well, whatever.
Feels like they got separate cabins or whatever.
A few of the main dudes, which the most notable are Don Amici and Wilford Brimley. The other guy, I don't know if I know him from other things, but he
did great, right?
He did. They were all great in the movie. So
yeah, totally.
So they very early on, you realize that these dudes are kind of like the little rascals of the old folks' home. And they know that there's this really fancy house nearby, and they can break into this house and use their pool just to go swimming.
Right.
And in the beginning, they're literally just like old dudes that are just, I'm just floating in a floaty or whatever, you know?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, there's like Steve Gutenberg, who is a poor guy who just owns a boat.
Working class captain.
Doesn't have very much money, but he owns a boat.
Down on his luck. Owns a boat. Yeah. Wisecracking.
And then these weirdos, fronted by Brian Dennehy, this is the Brian Dennehy episode of the show because he's in both movies.
This is the one. I freaked out. I was like, what?
Yeah. The Dennehy, the Den School is in both. So they say they want to rent his boat for like a specific number of days, like 27 days or something like that. And Gutenberg's just like, I need the money, whatever. And so they're going out into the ocean, and they're going down into the ocean, some random place in the ocean, and they're pulling out these huge things that are just, they wrap up in like little baggies so he can't see what the fuck they are.
Yeah. They're like barnacle-covered giant jelly beans.
Basically, yeah. So then cut back to the old folks who are sneaking into the house again to go to the pool. They get there and they're like, well, what are these things in the pool? They're like giant rocks or giant turds like in the fucking water. And they're like, well, whatever. I'm not going to it's not going to get in the way of my water therapy. And so they get in. And all of a sudden, they all feel rejuvenated, and they're all like doing cannonballs off of the diving board. And so it's like it's done something. Oh, hello! It's done something to them that makes them feel great. And just so much so that, like, a little bit later in the movie, one of the old characters that apparently had cancer, all of a sudden the cancer was just gone. So whatever's going on with this water is like awesome. Quote unquote fountain of youth for these old folks.
Okay. And I love you. And I'm just going to break in really fast. The people who rented the boat also rent the house with the pool.
Yes.
So they go to,
that's the connection.
Right. So these people, two guys who maybe look like they're from Sweden, who really never say anything. Then Raquel Welch's daughter, Tawny Welch, and then
that's Raquel Welch's daughter.
Oh yeah,
man, she did not get the looks, did she?
Oh my god. Anyway, I'm not going to go over there with this one, but anyway, you can. Hey, who was the hot chick in Rambo? None.
No, that's not a movie there don't need to be any chicks in Rambo.
Who was the beautiful woman in Rambo? That's what I meant to say.
There are no broads in Rambo.
So anyway,
there is a woman in Rambo
but
too.
You got to say there is one?
Yeah, in Rambo 2.
Oh yeah, okay, there's only one lady. Well, we'll get there. But you have to understand that what we do is the movie enters onto Earth. And then there's a bunch of, you see the ocean, and there's all these dolphins, and they're all they're all like up out of the water, yelling and screaming, and this giant light comes down out of the sky and it shoots down into the ocean.
Yes.
And then it goes down into the ocean, and this unspecific place, it turns out to be a city under the water. It looks a lot like Little Mermaid.
Oh, yes. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So
So I would like to set that up for the viewers.
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel
And
like
so
people that are
the-
watching this maybe know the movie, but
Well,
that's why I was doing the Cliff Notes version of the
okay.
of the movie.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet.
But so, because eventually I'm going to veer off into like opinion land, because eventually the story just becomes whatever. But so it turns out that the people that rented the boat are actually aliens who are wearing human skin suits. And let's just stop right there for a second. My wife brought up a really good question. These aliens all kind of looked the same. Why did that one decide, you know what? I want to look like Brian Dennehy. And then why is that other one like, why do I want to have a beard?
Right.
It was just like they didn't have to look like, did they literally, that's the part of the movie I want to see where they're going through like the list of like, what kind of bodies do we have available? Oh, okay. I want this like, this old kind of chunky looking guy. Let's be that guy. Anyway.
Sure. I think this is where Hollywood casting came in.
Yeah. Yeah. Then they were,
And I think they probably paid a lot of money for Don Amici and Brian Dennehy, and then they were like, you know what, we'll just get these two guys that don't have any lines.
Yeah.
And they look like they could be on Jacques Cousteau's. Yeah, remember Jacques Cousteau? Right. They kind of had that look, that international Caucasian look.
Yeah, international Caucasian.
There's a look. There's a look.
Yeah, there is.
So anyway, yeah.
And then I think the first person that discovers this is Steve Guttenberg's character, because he's trying to peep on the woman as she's changing in the boat, and she's taking off her clothes, and then she literally just takes everything off, meaning her fucking flesh. Which is weird because like it shines this really fucking bright light, and I'm all like, why did they do that on a boat? Like, wouldn't somebody notice the light anyway?
Sure.
So it was weird. It was a weird thing.
Well,
to
she
do
was below deck. She was below deck.
Yeah, but there didn't seem to be any reason to take off your skin. Like you could probably just go to sleep in that, and then take it off when you get home.
I feel like it was like, it was restrictive of some kind, and they just wanted to just exist like they're normal.
I did appreciate that was the way they introduced it, because they made it into like a peeping thing. Like, oh, what are we going to see here? God damn, there's an alien in there. And so, and then
very Porky's.
Yeah. And then
through that little hole in the wall.
And then the old people discover them because they're swimming in the pool. And the alien people come home to the house, and they're hiding in the closet, and they see them taking their skin off. And at first they're like all like, oh my God, fuck this place. But then they're like, they're like addicted to the Fountain of Youth stuff. And they're like,
sure. They get boners.
We got to keep. Yeah, they had boners. That was an important part of they talked about it. They didn't show Wilford Brimley's boner, in case you're wondering. In case that's a fetish that you have. Sorry, doesn't happen.
Right.
Anyway,
well, fetish.
Make sure you eat your Quaker Oats. They'll give you a boner all the time.
Right. What do you say? Something like a cat couldn't scratch it or something like that?
Maybe so.
And they're all like, you got a boner? I got a boner.
Yeah.
Let's all have boners.
There's something about that. So there's something cool about being an old guy and you're just talking about your boners to each other. You're just like, I got a boner too. Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go play canasta.
And they do go home and play canasta.
They do end up going home and having sex with, well, you don't see it, but you can see that they're being, they're coming on to their old ladies that they're coupled up with at the old folks home.
And there's a lot of and then like, hey, come on over here, honey, and they pat the bed and that kind of stuff. Taking a shower. That was my favorite one.
Okay,
Wilford Brimley opens the door of the shower and he's like, "Hey, I got a boner," or whatever. And then his wife is like, Walter, or whatever his name was.
That was a weird scene.
A lot of weird shit going on.
But here's the first part of the movie where I was like Come on. So
Aw, okay.
the old people decide, you know what? We really want to be able to go into this pool. Let's just go talk to them. And so Wilford Brimley goes over to talk to the alien guy. And literally, just to sum it up, it turns out that this is the cocoons that are in the pool are like these other creatures from this alien race that have been there for thousands of years.
Thousands of years.
And
Right.
they're coming back to rescue them. And they had to wait for a specific time, and they have to be able to like be in the pool and not be out for a long time, so they'll be able to survive. It's a very important mission that can't get fucked up at all. And then Wilford Brimley goes, "Can we swim in your pool?" And Brian Dennehy goes, "Sure." All right,
come on.
come the fuck on here.
Okay. He did go, I don't know.
I would have said no. It's been thousands of fucking years. I don't even know you old fucks. Go back to the goddamn home and what do, I just that
Well, he did. He talked him into it because the dude had cancer, and he's like, "Look, the dude doesn't have cancer anymore. Like, this is a life or death situation." I think that was. I feel
maybe
I just
so.
feel like
Maybe
okay,
so.
I feel like that was a way to indicate that the alien race had empathy and compassion, and
They were nice
advanced.
aliens.
They're
That's
advanced.
the thing.
Yes, they were.
Nothing scary about these aliens at all. They were cool dudes.
They were cool and ladies.
And ladies.
And
But
one
dudes
lady.
is
Sure.
dudes is non-binary.
Sure.
Like when I
get
say
it. No,
dudes, it's
okay.
everybody.
Yeah. Okay.
So at this point, because like their wives know and other people are hearing about it, then it becomes this big deal that like I'm skipping over some things because I don't want to even fucking talk about the breakdancing scene in the movie because literally that was the worst fucking part of the movie.
What are you talking about? Okay.
The whole movie had at least some kind of level of realism to it because all the things that they were doing are stuff that old people would already know how to do. They just did it better. Like, oh, I can now dive off a diving board. I can get a boner. And all of a sudden, Don Amici knows how to break dance. Okay.
Well,
No. Sorry.
okay.
Sorry.
But don't you think that was a great way to introduce breakdancing to an 80s
This is
white audience, a
1985. Breaking 1 and 2 have already come out.
I know,
The
but
world knows about breakdancing.
Okay, but it's cool that an old person did
Ozone, Turbo, Special K.
Okay,
Everybody
okay.
knows.
it. It's a youth culture thing, and then here we have a guy in his 70s or 80s doing some breakdancing. That was just to show you.
That's literally the equivalent of when hip hop got big and all the old guys were, "My name is Ted and I'm here to say."
This is my favorite part when you go into this style of rapping. My name is. Yeah, right. But I am a geek and I am a rapper. Blue Blockers. Is that Blue Blocker commercial? Is that what is that? Okay. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
That's got that cadence. You guys were talking about Danger, or like.
But like literally so many,
Singer?
like you would just watch some random car
Sure.
advert and it would just be a guy selling cars like, "I'm selling cars to you today." Huh. And that would be like that would be the anyway. So everybody starts hearing about it. So all of a sudden, like people know that
Yes.
there's a fucking
There's a
fountain of youth.
bum
And so
rush.
there's a fucking
bum rush
riot where fucking old
Yeah.
people are getting knocked
Bum
over.
rush.
I was
Bum
at that
rush.
point, I was worried. I'm all like, did they break something?
No, of course.
Because if you break a hip
Yes.
at that age, that's the end.
Right.
You're going to be in bed. You're going to get pneumonia. You're just, I mean, that's it.
Bam. You're
So
gone.
I was worried. I was like, can we have a follow up
Yes.
about those people that fell over?
Right.
Everybody runs to the pool.
Okay.
And it turns out that when everybody's in the pool sucking up this life force, and at this point, there's like a
the
couple
pool is
dozen.
charged.
There's a couple dozen.
Oh, dude, there's like a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it turns out when there's that many people in it, it sucks the life force out. And so these
Right.
guys
Well, they were
in
pulling them out of the water.
Yeah,
they pulled them out
they
of the
did-
water.
they did
were
that too.
fucking
They were
with them. They
being-
were touching them.
they
They
were
were being
old
all
assholes is what
roping
they
them.
were.
Yeah, they were old assholes.
and then
exactly.
and so
Yeah.
at that point, Brian Dennehy, I don't even know what his character's name was. It was
Right.
He comes back and he's mad that all these people are there, and he's like,
Sure.
they're going to die or whatever.
Right.
Which is really interesting because earlier in the movie, Brian Dennehy just gets in the pool and puts his hand in, and everything's charged. I'm like, why can't you do that again? Can you only do that once every month or something? Or like, what is that all about? So,
do you think that his hand putting in was what was charged the pool? Do you think that's the method?
I think he was helping keep it charged.
He was keeping. Oh, okay.
So if he can do that, why can't Raquel Welch's daughter and Beard Guy and Jacques Cousteau? Why can't they all go and put their hands in the water and recharge it? Alien logic, right? Am I right?
I don't know. Plot.
Yeah.
plot,
So
I think. Okay.
anyway, so
So, but that leads to one of the saddest fucking scenes of the whole
where they
movie.
open up one of the pods and
I
one of them
know.
is
Dead.
is going to
Dying.
die or dead.
Die.
Didn't they save
Shriveled.
him though?
Shriveled.
They were
No,
shriveled
they were
up.
shriveled. They were
Shriveled
not
up
in
alien.
because we have to understand that the aliens were like an energetic, like almost pure light thing that could defy gravity and everything, and they
And they
could
never
like
die.
they yes, they're well, they don't know death. None of them have died yet, so they're in that way.
Oh, got
They
it.
but yeah, so because they were making references to Atlantis, which is where their base was, and when Atlantis sank, that's when their people had to go into a cocoon state, but the ship was too far away, and then in order for the universe to go all the way back in a thing, they had to wait for the clock, the big universal clock, to get back where they could shoot back to Earth and pick
There
these
you
people
go.
up, and it was like 10,000 years later or whatever, and then they got all these cocoons. They charge up this pool. They put them all in there, and they're ready for the ascent.
And if
Right, the light.
if Brian didn't, he had just said no, everything would have been fine.
All of them would have been alive.
The movie should have been called Just Say No.
Just say no.
So
Fucking say no.
anyway,
Yeah.
so they leave and everybody feels bad about it. And I just remember the ending of the movie, everything just started happening very quickly. Where it's like they came back and they're like, the old people are like, we have an idea, and the idea was that they were just going to quickly help them put the cocoons back under the ocean, which is like, what a fucking wasted trip that is. Like, not only like one of them's dead, but now you got to put all of them back where you found them and then come back
Right.
another 10,000 years from now. And then
Sure.
even then, these aliens are so fucking nice. They're like, well, thank you for doing that. How would you like to come with us to our alien planet so you will never die? And they never explain how that works because Wilford Brimley is not made of entirely of light. He's a
not
human. He's flesh and bone. And
Not
then
yet.
he's going to just get up there and they're just going to die.
Sure. Are they though?
I don't know. I've never seen Cocoon the Return, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
Is there one of those?
Yeah, it came out 2 years later.
Oh, I'm
Cocoon
gonna
the
go
Return.
What? I'm gonna watch that.
It's got the.
I'm gonna watch it right now. Bye.
It's got the same.
What?
It's got the same cast. I didn't watch it. It's got the same cast. Only Brian Dennehy is not in it a lot, but everybody else is in it. Ron Howard didn't direct it. Somebody else did, and apparently it's bad.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway,
Well, so yeah, but I mean that was another way to say the aliens and we're like, oh, okay, well, guess what? We're kind of benevolent, we're cool. Here's the deal: we can't take those people back. For some reason, they couldn't just get them up to the ship and charge them up there. They had to put them back in the ocean to recharge them in the ocean.
Yeah.
and I think it's weird that the dolphins were there the whole time, and I don't really know what the dolphins had to do with everything. But like there's that whole Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe, and oh, what's Kentucky? What?
Montucky cold snacks.
Can I just say that I love that your family gets together and has goodie bags?
Yeah, because there's younger kids in the family,
Uh-huh.
and
They didn't get that.
no, they got different kind of goodie bags. But I feel like
Okay.
they in order to make it fun for everybody, the adults get goodie bags too, and the men always get like a bag of peanuts and a beer and I don't know,
Do you
things
have
like
some
that.
peanuts right there? Do you gonna have some peanuts?
No,
Get them in your beard is why.
no, I don't. I'm not a big peanut person.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I like them, but yeah, not really.
Okay. So they said to these guys, they were like, look, we have some room because we're obviously not taking back the 60 people that we came to get or whatever. So you can all go. And they were like, okay, cool, we'll go. And did you recognize that little kid, by the way? Wilford Brimley's
He looked
grandson.
familiar.
Yeah,
Who is he?
Never ending story.
Oh, well, I don't know that movie very well either.
Oh, what? That movie's amazing.
I didn't like that movie, and I was age appropriate.
Yeah, I was not.
My memory was watching that movie in school, and I was like, I had to have been like 7 years old or something, and
Yes.
just being like, this movie's fucking horrible, and so I've never watched it again. Because
I
I'm like,
also own it on DVD.
as a kid, if I didn't like the movie, I'm probably not going to like it at all now. I don't know.
Talk about a bad sequel to Neverending Story 2. It's like it's not even it doesn't it's like not even related. But Neverending Story is fucking awesome.
Okay. Well, maybe that'll be
Okay.
for next time. I don't
You know
know.
what? You don't like fantasy movies. You've said this before. You don't like
Some,
wizards and shit. You don't get into Lord of the Rings or anything. You
no.
probably did. You probably didn't do any Harry Potter.
Yeah,
You didn't
honestly,
do,
if this
okay.
movie didn't have the cool old people in it, I probably would have not liked it at all. But I did. But I liked them, and I liked the Gutenberg, which I feel like the Gutenberg was kind of underused in this movie.
He was. He was.
Because he's
You feel like
he's
a
in
lot
it.
of his scene.
And
Right.
he's pretty charming. And the one thing that I thought was
Very charming.
speaking of Raquel Welch's daughter, the my favorite joke that I made during the movie was there was a scene where it's like Gutenberg and what's her name, Welch,
Tawny Welch.
Tawny Welch are talking to each other, and they're both in the frame. And I said to my wife, the 1980s, when they said, "Hey, we're going to find you a girlfriend. Make sure she has the same hairdo you have."
Oh yeah.
Because there were so many movies where where they'd be like, "We're gonna find you the perfect woman." That one, why? Because she has the same hair that you have.
Hairdo. What was that one with? It doesn't matter. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, matching hairdos. That's perfect, dude. That's awesome. And
I've never been a short hair fan on anyone. Full stop. I just
Really?
short hair. Just kind of I go, you're kind of lame. It's not just for women.
Really?
It's men too. Like there's
Okay, all right,
there's few men that have like a short hairdo that I go, that's a cool hairdo. Very rare.
Really?
Very rare.
Oh, the Stray Cats.
No, come on, dude.
I love those hairdos, pompadours and stuff. It's awesome, man.
Anyway,
Elvis had amazing hair.
At the end of the movie, everybody dies.
Okay.
Everybody dies.
Right, in a fiery explosion.
I did. You know what I thought was interesting that I don't. Maybe it was just my weird, morbid brain making the connection there. At the end of the movie, the old people, all these old people, because they say, "Hey, we've got like 30 spaces on the spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever wants to come with us. We're gonna teach you how to be one of us, and you'll live
ambassadors.
forever."
You're going to be ambassadors. Teachers. You can teach us.
Yeah,
because they had never experienced death before, and they needed people to experience that. They needed the human.
Because they're going to watch them die, and they're going to study them.
I think they might eat them too. I'm not entirely sure.
That could be it. But so they're going out on this boat because they're going to go out to the part of the
Steve
ocean.
Gutenberg's boat. Steve
Gutenberg's boat. The Gutenberg, who I was so sure he was going to come with them, but Gutenberg did not want to come with them. He jumped off the boat before it got the ship tractor beam came down.
Yeah, he didn't want to go.
Anyway, the point I was trying to make is that before this scene happens at the end of the movie, you have Wilford Brimley talking to his grandson, and he's like, "I have to go away somewhere, and I'm never going to come back, and you're never going to see me again."
See me again. They're fishing.
They're fishing. And for some reason, I started to think about it, and I go, "This is a really interesting sort of alternate take on explaining death to a child."
100%.
Yeah, because it's just 100%. Like.
Because the aliens were angelic in the fact that sometimes their power looked like they had wings on their back. Did you notice that when they were like floating around?
I didn't catch that, but
all right.
But it's just like the sort of thing where when you're talking to a kid about death, you don't give all the details. Same way with like this, he's not saying they're aliens that are going to take us. He literally is just saying, it's time for me to leave.
Right.
I'm not. I won't be able to see you ever again. And I was like, that's kind of an interesting. Twist on the idea of there's these old folks and death is always kind of looming, around them. Yeah. But so anyway, why I don't know, why do the police end up chasing after their boat? Is it because the kid's on it? No, because they have to sneak out of the old folks' homes past the guys in white, the One Flew Over a Cuckoo's Nest guys who run the. But why does it matter? They went out breakdancing 2 nights ago.
Well, I know, but they had to sneak out, right? They had to sneak out. There's a curfew or whatever. They all need.
That's a right. It's a writing issue for the writers of the movie.
Well, they had to jam their beds with pillows and make it look like they were sleeping like a Ferris Bueller's Day Off kind of thing.
Yeah, they had a little snoring sound on the stereo.
Yeah. And then but they all had to go. They all got out and they all went out at one time, which of course is going to raise alarms. I mean, if you are the caretaker of a retirement village or whatever, you're not gonna and then all of a sudden everybody.
Speaking of which, one of which was Clint Howard.
Which one was Clint Howard?
Clint Howard is Ron Howard's brother. That's in almost every movie Ron Howard makes. He's kind of weird face.
The hair, and the hair. That's his brother.
Clint Howard. Yeah.
Oh, I love this detail.
Clint Howard has been in so
That's a
many.
great detail.
Clint Howard started acting before Ron Howard, because you want to know what Clint Howard was in? Do you remember
Lassie.
the really old Star Trek episode with the weird kid that's like controlling shit? He was played by Clint Howard as a child.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that one.
Anyway,
'Cause I have that on DVD.
Like if you look up Clint Howard and then you look up the movies
Yeah.
he's been in, you've
Right.
seen him so many fucking times.
Sure. Sure. I love that band called Clit Howard.
So you're making a reference to Clint Eastwood?
Yes, I am. Yes. Because when
Anyway.
when you said that, I was like, yeah, right. Clit Howard.
Okay, so there's police folk
And
on a
so
boat
they're- yeah.
also coming after.
Right. They kind
them.
of think they're kidnapped. Like the police just think they're
Oh
kidnapped.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and they get the Coast Guard and stuff, and they're all out there and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
they
so-
they end up the somehow like the alien
Aliens.
beam comes down and it
They-
cause this huge fog that like nobody can see anything.
nobody can, and their radar goes out.
Radar goes
And
out.
they're in the dark. They're just out there
And then
blind.
the boat filled with aliens and old people just gets sucked up
Sucked right
slowly into the sky. And then,
And did you notice how cool the cloud looked when that happened? It was very Flash Gordon.
I like Flash Gordon. Did you
know.
watch that last episode where I was talking about how
Of
much
course
I
I
like
did,
Flash
dude. I
Gordon?
watch all your shit, man. I did. But I mean, remember the clouds? Remember how they had that weird cloud? I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, this is totally Flash Gordon right
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clytus,
Which I love that movie.
What plaything can you offer me today? An obscure body in the SK system, your majesty. The inhabitants refer to it as the planet Earth.
now.
How peaceful it looks.
Earthquakes,
Yeah.
right? Then is there in the storms? and all
Acid
that stuff?
rain.
Acid rain.
Anyway.
Oh, hey, that's weird. Is that where they got that?
No, because it's actual acid rain, I think.
I think they spelled it rain, don't they?
REIGN, yeah.
Yeah, like
Anyway.
the rule of acid.
There's going to be.
Acid.
We were
Okay.
talking about that on Cranked and Ranked for those of you who are watching, because we were on Cranked and Ranked. Later on, we're going to be doing Queen.
And I don't know how you're going to do that. I mean, you did the Beatles. You did the Beatles. So that was like huge. So
Yeah.
like trying to do Queen, that's going to be intense.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it just because
too.
I know a lot of Queen and I grew up on Queen, but there is also a whole lot of Queen that I don't know. So that'll be kind of fun to get into. Anyway, so
Yeah, okay.
so the boat gets sucked up and then
Into the most disappointing flying saucer I've ever seen. I'm going to say that's where I'm like, what?
in a world where Close Encounters already exists,
Oh,
that
so
was
bad.
way cooler. So
Like I mean, here you have this light beam come down. You almost think these creatures are made out of some sort of amorphous, like light itself, like some sort of universal fucking heaven shit or whatever. They could be on anything. Then they make that cloud or whatever, and then they go up into this metal ship and fly off in a metal ship. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Honestly,
Why are those white? That made me mad.
I feel like if I was to use my imagination to be like, if there were aliens and they had the best technology that I could even think of, the end scene of that movie would have been like this. There they are. And then they're already in the ship.
Yeah, they were in the ship. Yeah, no, totally.
Like, what the fuck
Totally.
happened? Well, we
I
have
would've-
really great
right.
technology. We don't have to have a beam of light come down. You're just fucking there.
Yeah.
So
I would have spent all the money watching people disintegrate into light and
but it's more
clouds and then
cinematic.
Whoop.
It's cinematic, just to be
Well, yeah.
It's very like, because like all these movies around that time, they were all going for the ET moment and stuff like that, and so
Sure.
it makes sense. But anyway,
Sure.
old people boat, they're going up there to live forever. Down here, they do a funeral for the old people.
Old people,
And
because they think
then-
they lost at sea. They think they went down with the ship. They think the ship was lost.
Yeah, but the little boy, he knows, he figured it out.
He does. Yeah. Yeah. Because he
figured
got
it out.
off the boat. He jumped off the boat.
He did jump off
because he
off
got
the
on
boat.
the boat because he wanted to go with his grandfather really bad.
Yeah.
But he decides he's not going to go with his grandfather really bad.
Which is kind of rude. They're like, no, kid, you can't live forever. You got to stay here and die. I don't like you.
Right.
You're going to
maybe
grow
they
up and
resolved
get
that in the second.
diabetes.
Right. Can I just say that Wilford Brimley was 51 years old
Yeah.
when he filmed that movie?
No. When he started filming the movie, right when they were about to start, he was 49.
Okay. So he was 51 when the movie came out.
Yeah.
So that motherfucker is 49 years old.
And I'm
I,
46.
you're,
No, am I
you're
47?
47. You're 47. Steven, you're 47.
Oh, Jesus
Whoa,
Christ.
look out, dude. That was some alien technology right
Where
there. You just dumped the
aliens
whole
need to come
fucking
down
year.
and rescue me right away because
Yeah,
I'm not.
right.
I don't even
Yeah,
want to be here anymore. So
yeah, you
please
can't even
just.
break dance.
I
You don't
want
know how
to.
to
I
break
want them to
dance.
make a new Cocoon where it's like modern day in America, and they
Sure,
come down and
sure,
everyone's
sure.
like, there's a huge clamoring. Everybody
Yeah,
wants to fucking go because
yeah,
they're like, get me
yeah.
off this fucking
Done.
planet.
Yeah, done.
So
Finished.
and then
So
there's like
done.
there's a battle for who gets to go.
I'm 57 years old.
Yeah.
I'm so much older than Wilford Brimley was when he made that movie. And I'm
You
looking at him
and you
too.
don't look a day over 56.
Well, I appreciate that.
I'm just kidding.
Can I just say that
you look a lot younger than that?
Oh, well, I appreciate it. But the can I just say, can we go back to the fishing scene where he's explaining
Yes.
do you remember his neck hair?
Oh, it was insane. It
It's
was
insane.
like that.
It's like
These days that
this
wouldn't exist.
sticking
They
out
would
of
make him shave that
Oh, yeah.
shit.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
distracting.
It was, yeah, he was literally talking like, oh, well, I'm gonna go. He has just the mustache, he's shaved, but then down here, it was amazing.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
almost like he combed it all up just to be out of the. Come on,
Yes.
let's get it out of the shirt.
It was just Sequoia was like, what is going on with his chest hair? I'm like, I know, dude, this is crazy. He was just shooting out of his shirt. It was awesome.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, okay.
So,
So,
yeah,
you
the
were
movie-
entertained
the
and
mov-
you didn't hate it and you weren't annoyed.
No, it was
3 out
like
of 5.
like here. Yeah, I would give it a 3 out of 5 just because because when I watch a movie, there's just two things. I don't want to be bored and I don't want to be annoyed. Those are the two things. If you can make a movie that doesn't bore me or annoy me, then I'm at least going to be like, yeah, it was enjoyable. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck
because
yeah.
there's a whole lot of movies out there that I
Right.
get bored or annoyed during.
Right.
So,
Right.
but anyway,
Yeah. Okay. Well, so congratulations. That was Cocoon. I always liked the Cocoon. I always loved that the old people were like the kind of the focus of the movie. That was really cool. It gave a lot of people an opportunity. Olympia Dukakis gave a lot of people time to
she
come
was
back.
Brimley's wife.
His wife, yeah. And
Jessica
I really
Tandy,
loved
Miss
Jessica
Daisy.
Tandy.
Miss Daisy was in that movie.
So good.
I'm looking at the wiki right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And I also.
Whoa.
Well, go ahead.
The film earned Academy Awards for Best Supporting Actor for Don Amici. Don Amici
he
won
was
an
awesome.
Academy Award for that movie,
Pretty good, right?
for the breakdancing probably, and Best Visual Effects. Interesting.
Okay.
I mean,
well, that's
I feel like if I was older and in 1985, I probably would have thought, "Oh, this is a fucking cool movie." Like it would have probably resonated with me differently.
sure.
But at the time, as what was I, 7 when that movie came out? As a 7-year-old kid, I remember seeing the trailer and just being like, "Who the fuck is this movie for? For old people?"
Sure.
I do love the fact that one of my favorite scenes in the movie Say Anything with John Cusack, when because Ione Skye's character works at an old folks home, and they do a movie day where they're showing him Cocoon, and he's like, "Hey, apparently old people really like this movie, so here's Cocoon." And I just imagine that's a weird movie to show old people, but also maybe appropriate, I guess.
Sure.
But anyway,
Yeah.
do you have any closing thoughts on Cocoon? Because because really at the end of the day, it's not a movie I'm ever going to want to watch again. But if somebody said, should I watch Cocoon? I'd be like, I mean, maybe, because you might really enjoy it. The old people are great in it.
Yes. Yeah. And I loved the guy who has the affair. Right.
Yes.
He's got a boner and he just wants to go use it. And
his
he's
name
going out, and
is Hune Croynan. Nope. Hune Croynan.
and his name is Jack. Is it Jack in the movie?
I don't know.
This is bad. I didn't take these kind of notes, but
Wikipedia
and so,
didn't take
but like
shit.
when he goes back and talks to his wife or whatever, and she's like, it wasn't just like he just did it then. He was doing it the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, fuck. And then you get into this whole, you know what I mean? The headspace was really good. Anyway, I thought they developed those characters really well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if the movie, take the idea of the movie and stretch it out over an entire season of a television show, where
Yes.
you really get into these
Yes.
characters.
Yes.
But then at the same time, the aliens are the least interesting thing in the movie. Like I
Exactly.
want Gutenberg's character, I want the old people's
Yes.
characters, because because you're right. Like that part of the movie was so well done because the chemistry of those, especially those main three old dudes.
And then the one scared guy, the
Yeah.
fourth guy who just wouldn't
whoever that
go,
guy
like
was.
the-
He wanted nothing to do with it. He stayed on Earth.
Right.
He stayed on Earth because his wife
because
died.
his wife already died. He was like, "Fuck it, I'm not going to do it."
That
I'm not
actually
gonna go live
broke
together
that
without
broke
her.
my heart a little bit. The fact that
See?
he wouldn't let his
See?
wife go because literally she
Right.
had like dementia or whatever.
Yeah, would have
and
cured it.
and yeah, she could have just gotten the fucking pool and then been better. And
Totally fine.
He was an asshole. Like
Right.
here's the thing. I'm gonna my little two cents, my words of wisdom for everybody out there.
Okay. Yeah.
If somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, we have this way that your loved one can live forever," your answer should be, "Cool, right? Let's do it right away.
Yeah,
let's do it right
Yeah,
away."
let's go do it. Yeah.
Because it shouldn't be like the idea of like we weren't meant to live forever. We weren't meant to do a lot of fucking things, and we're doing them
we
anyway.
weren't.
We weren't
Yeah.
meant to have nuclear weapons, but we got them, so we might as well live forever.
We might as well live forever.
All right.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
was good.
So anyway, well, hey, thanks a lot for everybody. That's been the end of this episode. We're gonna go now, so I really appreciate it. See, I tricked you into just doing a Cocoon episode. I was like, I bet he
It's
wants
now
to do
time.
it first, and then I'm gonna be like, goodbye, and then just okay, here we go.
If you
Here
did
we go.
that, I would just stay here and talk about First Blood for an hour by myself. Because I rewatched First Blood as well.
Yeah, me too.
Because
I mean,
I've seen
didn't-
it. I've seen it several times, but I
Sure.
wanted to be fresh.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it twice, but after taking 15 pages of notes, I was tired.
Yeah, I get you.
So
And
I bet, yeah.
so second in the Brian Dennehy double feature.
Yeah, the Brian Dennehy double feed, the films of Brian Dennehy.
First Blood from 1982.
Two.
Which, like the interesting thing, the things that you probably don't know about this movie is that like it's first off, it's based on a book, and
I know that.
there literally was one book. So it's not like there were a series of Rambo books.
No,
It was
one
just
book.
one.
Yeah.
And
Spoiler alert: he dies in the end of the book.
yeah, he dies in every movie. At the end of every movie, it's like Jason. He comes back. But the thing that I thought was so interesting, because I always thought the movie, the reason I always thought like, because you brought up the thing that like Stallone had these two franchises at the same time. He had Rocky and he had Rambo. But the thing about Rambo that I always really liked, especially in the first movie, is that he didn't talk too much. And Rocky was a lovable dude, but he rambled a lot. There was a lot of Rocky rambling in the Rocky movies, which you have
Even in the first one.
Yes.
Even in the first one.
Oh yes. These are
remember that
are my two pet turtles, Cuff and Link. Like he says a lot of shit, and he because he gets nervous and he talks a lot. He's like he's kind of it's his
I just
character.
remember the Adrian.
Yeah.
Adrian.
And
That
he's
was about the
not
only thing I
and
remember.
he's not that bright, but whereas John Rambo doesn't
Super.
say a lot of stuff, but he is like a Green Beret, and he's just like hyper focused motherfucker.
Sure.
But the thing that I thought was fascinating about the finished movie that you and I have seen is apparently about an hour shorter than the original cut of the movie. And
Really?
yeah, and on several occasions, Stallone has talked about how they first screened the movie, and he was like he wanted to like destroy it because he just thought it was so awful. And one of the things that they did, or he says they did, I'm assuming he's telling the truth, is that they edited a bunch of stuff out, including a bunch of dialogue that Rambo had.
Okay.
So they literally turned it into a movie where Rambo doesn't really say very much. Pretty much everything he says in the movie is pretty much just important. He doesn't say anything else.
Right.
And so whatever they did to fix up this movie, because, it could have been a disaster, but it ended up being successful. And
It was very successful.
and it was your first time seeing it. So honestly, I can't believe it's the first time that you've seen at least a Rambo movie. But you made a good point that a lot of these movies come across that they might be like big old American propaganda action movies. But This one's not.
Yes. Right. Well, it isn't, and it is. It's a very deceptive movie, and it does push a major theme, and it is ignore the fact that we killed maybe 627,000 people in Vietnam, and let's turn the story into I saw my buddy get blown up, and now I had to destroy a town.
Hold on.
So I was like,
Hold
okay,
on.
go ahead. Yeah. Go
At
ahead.
the beginning of, we're already skipping to the end of the movie.
I understand. Okay.
He talks about how
Spoiler alert.
he did.
Spoiler alert.
He did what
Right.
his quote unquote father figure, his commanders. They told him he needed to do these things, and after the fact, it turned out it was for nothing. Because he said that, and for what? Like it's like it's yeah, it was it's
right, okay,
which I'm sure, like back in the Vietnam War, like to a normal person, why would the government lie to you? Why would they lie? You're supposed to go over and serve your country. So if they tell you these people are the fucking devil, you got to mow all of them down. Why would you not believe them? And that's like one of the most heartbreaking parts of war in general is people that just don't know that they're being lied to, and they're fucking murderers.
Okay.
And they wouldn't be murderers if they knew better. And unfortunately, as well trained as Rambo was, he did not know better. So,
well, he was triggered by trauma. He was set off by PTSD, correct? Which is
but I mean, like when he was in the war, like when what he was trained to do, he thought was the right thing to do. So anyway, let's go back. Let's go. I don't want to. I feel like I'm jumping the gun here. Let's go go into your thoughts on the movie.
You did such a great job and please, so kick in when I'm getting it wrong here, or whatever. But you did a really great job of that. So here's it. So yeah, Rambo,
First Blood.
Rambo, First Blood. Okay, right. It's called First Blood. It's not called Rambo. Interesting.
Nope.
Okay, yeah,
First Blood.
So so it opens on this idyllic scene, right, of an America, right, that Rambo has fought to save, but now he's home and he's just a wanderer. He's got no real place. He's he's like kung fu. He's like walking down the highway with his backpack.
I love how you're adding context to the movie that isn't there. Like you don't know how he feels about the war in the beginning of the movie.
No, yeah, he totally does. Here he was. It opens on. They want to show you these are kids playing down here in the water and the barns and the families and the thing. And he's like, this is the America that he went to save, and he came back, and now he's just a guy in his army uniform walking around with his bag.
And what does he find out right away? What does he find out right away?
So he's a wanderer. There's no home. He immediately interacts. This is my major theme with this thing. Rambo should have been absolutely played by a black actor, period. That movie would have made so much more sense if it would have been a black actor.
Why do you think that?
Because everything in that movie is a metaphor for slave catching.
Interesting.
Dogs, fire hoses, billy clubs. The main officer he deals with calls him boy. Hey, boy. He does all that stuff. It's like this fucking Southern hick weird shit. It's all civil rights stuff.
But do you think maybe it comes off as more powerful because us stupid white people will see it and be like, this is happening to a veteran, a white veteran, Sure.
Yes. And dude, I am not saying that it doesn't matter what color your skin is. You go into that fucking war zone and you come back like, God bless you. That is not, I'm not taking anything away from anyone.
Sure.
Okay. So I want to I'm a house pet.
I love how it got so serious. We had some cool aliens showing their butts.
Well, this is a very serious, I know, but this is a very serious movie, man. This movie is a fucking trip.
It tackles some serious issues. Yeah.
No, it goes to town.
Yeah.
So, and I think this is interesting that they used Sylvester Stallone's Italian ethnicity to shoehorn him into a boxing movie.
Yeah.
Which was also at that time would have been better. They should have had Creed instead of Rocky.
Yeah.
Creed would, but when
eventually they did.
I know. And so when you say stuff like, well, do you think that they did this so that white America, da 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 da? Yeah, I do. And eventually we got to the point where we were like, where Hollywood decided that they would make Creed, which is a fucking awesome movie,
Speaking of
right?
that, before I forget
Oh,
this,
okay.
because
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
brought
yeah.
this up and it made the connection
Yeah,
in my
yeah, yeah,
head.
yeah.
Did you see
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Five Bloods?
no, but I want to so
Oh, it's
bad.
so good. It's
It's
so
when
good.
I was yeah, when I was researching, there was a movie called Brothers in Blood, Black in Vietnam that came out. You know, it was a documentary and it was great. And
Oh,
I looked
okay.
for it on every streaming service or whatever. I couldn't find it. I'm not very adept in the internet. I'm sure there's a website someplace that shows this movie, but it was great. But I
Yeah.
did end up watching a Frontline episode called Bloods in Vietnam, and
Mhm.
there was interviewing a bunch of African American. I say black because black is beautiful, black is proud, black power, black. I grew up during Black Power. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I grew up. So when I say the word black, I mean it like black fucking power.
It,
That's why I'm saying it. Do you know what I mean? Black is beautiful.
I
Do you know
feel
what I'm
like
saying?
I feel like at this
Okay.
point, black feels more meaningful than African American. African
Right.
American almost sounds kind of dismissive. Like black
Well,
is just
sure.
like, say it, say it.
Say it. It's fucking black. I'm black and I'm proud.
Yes.
Say it loud.
Say
You
it
know what I mean?
loud.
So when
Yeah.
I say that, I say it with that fervor. Do you know what I mean? Okay. So anyway,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is that okay. So anyway, if you I can't find that documentary, but what I was struck by was that the story that was told over and over and over again was like, okay, hey, guess what? We're black. We don't even really have. We're not. We're being redlined. We don't have all the opportunities. We don't have the full buy-in to the American thing
Mhm.
because, of course, slavery, Reconstruction, Jim Crow, racism, the whole thing, right? And
Mhm.
so now we're over here fighting for you. In the first time that they did not have segregated units, right?
Yeah.
Vietnam was the first integrated, right? And so
Yeah.
and they're fucking fighting racist people in their own army and being told to go kill other people, which some of them identified with because they're like, oh, they're just fucking, they're just getting killed out here. They're poor. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? They're poor. They were also not let into the top echelon of society. Okay. So with
Mhm.
that being said,
Yeah.
so what I thought was interesting, so Rambo is wandering, he's got no home. He immediately interacts with a black family
Yeah.
immediately. So
Mhm.
it ties. It's like I think that again, it should have been a black actor, but whatever. So immediately, we find out that he's trying to find his friend. People are very wary of him. They don't really want to talk to him. They don't really want to discuss the past. But as it comes out, his best friend, this huge dude, right, who was vibrant and alive and
Mhm.
amazing,
Yep.
got Agent Orange and got cancer, and no one helped him.
No.
He
Yeah.
died
Yeah.
emaciated. She could pick him up. That lady says, I could pick him up. At the end, I could lift him up. Right.
And
So
so these were guys that were Green Berets. They were
Green
all on like
Berets.
a
Yep.
specialized
Yep.
team. And at
Yep.
this point
Yep.
now, Rambo's the only one
Only
left.
one. He's the only one left. And
The
that
other
fucks
ones
his
got
head.
killed in battle and other things, but then his friend that he was coming to see
Yep.
got cancer from
Agent Orange.
who the fuck knows. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Oh, and the thing I thought was really cool is like, remember how he tried to get that woman's trust. He's like, look, this is, he wrote he wrote this in my book. That's his handwriting. And he's like,
yeah.
look. And he's like digging through his pockets, which are like some of the only things he owns. And
Yeah.
he's like, look, I got this picture. Right. And she says he's dead in it. And you see his face. Now, this is when I was like, okay, this movie is not just going to be ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
this is just not a like Team America or something.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And also those
Go ahead.
those moments where like Stallone really acts, I always kind of go, I almost feel proud for Stallone. Like, oh my, you're acting. I love it.
Right. Yes. Well, and as a kid, I saw Rocky when it came to movie theaters, and that was also another huge, like that one hit America hardcore. It was done
Yeah.
in black and white, and the theme song and him at the steps and the whole thing. I mean, everybody bought into that movie.
Yeah.
Everybody had the soundtrack. Like it was like a big deal.
Yeah.
So like, so this was so anyway, so he ends up giving that picture to that lady. Like
Yeah.
it's going to be the only picture. Is that his mom or his wife? I don't know. It was in his, did
I
you
feel
know?
like it was his
'Cause
wife, but yeah.
because there was a daughter, there was a young lady that she dismisses. That may have been her. Okay. So now
I always did really like that he just gave her the picture and walked
Oh,
off.
I do too,
Yeah.
dude. That was a
Yeah.
great scene. So then he just throws that book in the garbage. Boom, and he walks out. And now you see him going through the gateway to Holiday Land.
Is it
Says it
called
real
Holiday
big.
Land?
Holiday Land.
I never
And
got
it's,
that
yeah,
point.
welcome to hope is what the sign says.
Oh, okay.
Holiday Land. And
Yeah.
you have him with his, and he's just walking, and he walks through the gates of Hollywood, right? And now you get the sheriff scene, the
Brian
domestic
Dennehy.
authority. Yeah, Brian Dennehy, right? And so you get Brian Dennehy, he's the authority figure. He's got his little deputies in the thing. He goes out to town. Everybody's fucking white. Everybody says, "Hi, Bob. Hi, John. Hi, Alan. Hi, Walter. Hi, Ted. What's going on?" They're all like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bonjour.
So,
Bonjour.
yeah, right. Yeah. So he gets in his car, and then he goes by and he sees the dude. He sees
John,
Sylvester Stallone
John Rambo.
John Rambo walking down the road, and he immediately pulls over, and he's like, he wants to have a talk with them. Now, this is very reminiscent of sundown laws,
Yes.
and right, and that you couldn't be black and be in a town like this was, and I understand that they're going for, and the main charge that they would get a lot of black people on in towns that would just like, and then escalate until they were arrested and then way back lynched. I mean, ugh. So I mean, it's like intense shit, right? Was vagrancy.
Vagrancy, yeah.
Vagrancy. That was that you could pick you up for vagrancy. That was the dumbest. So he invites him in the car, right? And he's like, "Hey, kind of like he's like kind of basically like, hey, we don't want your kind in our town, right? We like it here. It's boring.
Yeah.
You may call it boring, but if I let you stay here, then your buddies are going to be here, and then pretty soon all y'all will be here." Now that is pretty much like There Goes the Neighborhood.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's that
Do you know what I
same
thought?
thing.
You know what I
Go
thought
ahead.
was interesting about that first conversation is that compared to like how that would be looked at today, like one of the first things he says to him is, "You're in this town with that flag on your jacket,
right? And
looking
your
like
beard,
you do."
looking like you do, which is what, like a little bit of a beard and some long
Yeah,
hair?
he didn't look dirty at all, but like I was
No,
all like
right.
the flag. And
Oh,
I
dude,
was like,
he's got it on his jacket.
yeah. And so like it's
All the
just
sheriffs had it on their
so like
jacket.
that's a thing that like I wasn't old enough, so I didn't go through the backlash towards the Vietnam vets. I just saw that in movies. So like that part always baffles me because that would not happen today. Ryan Dennehy would come right up to him and be like, "Thank you for your service. Would you like some
Service, yeah.
coffee?"
Where did you serve? Yeah, totally.
Oh, you want to have something to eat? Let's take you
100%.
right to the diner.
Yeah. So he gives him that, hey, you want, and so he takes him across the bridge. Very symbolic. We're going to take him across the bridge.
Yeah.
He's on the other side. And he's like, let him out. And he's like, hey, man, get a bath and a haircut or whatever.
Yeah.
Take a bath and get a haircut.
Yeah.
And
Not
he
only
drives
that,
back.
he tells him like, the next place that has food is like 20 miles down the road or some shit.
Oh, dude, totally. Because he's like, what? He's like, hey, I just want something to eat. And they're like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, there's a diner 20. Oh yeah, there's no place I can eat in town. No, I'm going to take you out and get. And he doesn't even take him to the diner. He just takes him outside of town.
Yeah.
And drops his ass off. Now he's got to walk the next 10, 20 miles or whatever.
Yeah.
So now this is where you have to go about plots and stuff. You have to go, why did he instead turn around and walk back across the bridge?
Well, I feel like that conversation in the cop car, if it was me, I would just, especially if I was somebody that was well trained and I could fucking take care of myself no matter who the fuck came into my face, I would be like, you don't talk to me that way. And so I would literally
Right.
turn around and go walk right back into the fucking town.
Which is what happened.
Which what happened.
Right?
Sorry, my
And then
dogs are chiming in.
So I know I'm getting kind of excited. So maybe they're like, it's that guy's record we ate.
Recently, they ate another record of mine too.
Oh no, which one?
There's a band called Couch Slut, and they have an album that they put out recently, but they packaged the outside packaging as cardboard. So I think it's the
cardboard?
I think it's the cardboard that they go towards. So they pulled that off and ate it up. So
Are you gonna have to put like gates over your records or something?
if I had the money to do it, I would. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Okay, so
I'm I'll have a GoFundMe started for
cage
gates
doors
or
for my
something.
record.
Yeah, to protect my records from my beautiful dogs.
That eat. Okay, so then he sees him in in the rearview mirror
He
coming
sees
back
him
over the
coming
thing.
back. Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, fuck this." And so he wheels the car around, right? And so he goes over and he gets him and he's like he's like, "Hey, put your hands on the car, blah blah." Now, this is standard what do they call that? It's not acceleration, it's called escalation. This is where law enforcement, and God bless law enforcement for doing what they're doing when they're doing it right, but this is what law enforcement has power over us that we don't really think about all the time, is that it's their fucking job. And if they don't like you, and they can just ask you to do something, and then when you don't do it, they can escalate, and now you're resisting arrest, or you're what's the other thing, when you're obstructing justice, or you're doing
Hmm.
whatever. They can escalate
Yeah.
until he says, "Put your goddamn hands on the car," and he grabs his arm and he goes whap, he pulls his arm out, right, and then he
Hmm.
goes right back for the gun. And it's kind of one of those, we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way.
Yeah.
Now Rambo sees that shit. John Rambo sees that shit, right? And now it's like he's just put, like now it's escalation, right? And he gets the knife. Now we have the knife.
Yeah.
There's always a scene in fantasy movies where the guy gets the sword, where like
Hmm.
Conan gets the sword, or like I can't even oh, my daughter's gonna kill me. I cannot remember the dude in Lord of the Rings when he gets his sword, his famous
Frodo.
sword. No, he gets Sting. He does. He gets Sting. There is a scene where he's like, "Oh, the sword." I call it the sword.
I don't know.
Even
I don't
in
know who any other characters. Modelo. No, no.
Modelo, nice.
We're on now.
Princess Bride. There's
Yeah.
the sword. They all have the sword. So anyway, now we have the knife. This is the classic, because that knife runs through the rest of the movies, right?
The Rambo knife. Yeah. You bought the Rambo toy. It came with a knife.
Yeah. Just another smart ass drifter.
Hmm.
Just another smart ass drifter. Just another smart ass drifter. Right. So this is the uppity. He's being uppity. He's being smart ass. This is another thing. Could have been black. Could have been a anyway. So now they're getting back to the office and it's fucking Christmas. Now you're going through the
So
thing and you realize it's Christmas
it's a Christmas movie, just
in
like Die
Holiday
Hard.
Land. Just like, oh, dude, I'm gonna watch that movie because we
It's a
watched Die
Christmas
Hard as a
movie.
Christmas movie.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie. So now he's going back into Holiday Land and it's Christmas time. And
Yeah.
this is that whole like old boys club. Just how they've
Hmm.
got him dragging him through the thing and everyone's yippity yakety and whatever. They're going
Yep.
all over his
Yep.
stuff. Yeah. And so he smells like an animal. This is the animalization, which
Yeah.
was the excuse made by European whites to enter into chattel slavery
I
because black people were considered not human.
Can I
Do you see what I'm saying? There was a
can I pause you for a
dehumanization.
second
Yes,
and say
yes.
that I feel like an utter failure now because this breakdown of First Blood is so good already, and I feel like
Okay.
the Cocoon breakdown was just me being like, ah, Brian
Oh
Denny.
no, you did good. You did good. You did good. That movie didn't have all this. I mean, it did have a lot of like you did witness the scene, the fishing scene, and that was definitely death. That was a metaphor
Yeah,
for death. That
yeah.
all that stuff was happening. And yeah, no, it was great.
But yeah, I like because like I understood what this movie was about,
Uh-huh.
but bringing a different viewpoint to it, I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
you are right. There is to somebody that isn't very bright would never understand the connection between like racism and
Yep.
just other kinds of prejudice
Yep.
towards at this point an ex-veteran of the Vietnam
Yep.
War. So it's just now I'm just like that's a totally different like angle for this movie, and now I'm all like so much in this movie seems to line up with that.
Oh,
So
yeah, it was absolutely. So yeah, he says animal, right? Not human.
Yeah.
Right now they head him to the cell, all white officers, right? And so
Yeah.
now you have the first flashback when they put him in the
Yes.
cell and he sees the bars. Now he's trapped animal. This is
Yeah.
right. He's trapped.
and you start to
Okay.
see that he was captive. He was captive and during the war and tortured.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that one guy that is the guy, the clerk at the desk, he's all boy, he's that real honky tonk boy guy. And blah. He's the one who gets out the baton first and all that shit. He's just like, it's all, but I like the fact that David Caruso, which is great. He's in this movie. David Caruso takes that when he won't tell him who he is, because he's just quiet. He's not, no rank, no serial number, no nothing. He's just quiet. He snatches those dog tags.
Dog tags.
Ha!
Yeah.
Now he's taken the last vestige, right? He stripped him of that last thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. So, and then he gets threatened at the end of a nightstick. That's when that dude pulls out the nightstick, and now you got the fucking fire hose. That
When
fire
they
hose scene is
mhm.
very reminiscent
Yeah.
of blasting people back across the street or whatever in the civil rights movement. I mean, that is a fucking that's amazing.
Yeah.
So also that scene shows up a lot in movies. Like, do you remember the Bruce Willis one where he goes time travel, Terry Gilliam,
12 Monkeys.
Monkey, 12 monkeys. They do that there. They blast him and scrub him, and there's all that same in prison.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I feel like I always
shaving
just
your
felt
head.
like they just do that to show the actors' butts. They're just like, you know what?
What?
We need to see Bruce Willis and Sylvester Stallone's
Sure,
butts.
Stallone's butt.
Maybe they
What
just
you
need a
saw.
bath. But if we put
Yeah.
them in a regular bath, we have no reason to see their
No,
butts. But if
no,
we
see,
spray
but
them with a
spray
hose,
them with a hose.
we need
Yeah,
some
then we
butt
can see
action.
their butts. Yeah. Hey, that's cool because we saw Tawny Welch's butt, and then we saw you are right. The 80s were all about showing people's butts in movies.
There
You
was
just
all
said that to
yeah,
me.
there were
You're
so
like,
many
dude, the
butts in
80s
movies.
was all about them.
Like that was the thing is that like obviously when you got to like R-rated movies there was other
Sure.
stuff but
Sure.
like it seemed like there was the obligatory butt that had to show up
Yeah.
in like every movie.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So they now
Never
they
good
take
butts.
dude, we can
Like
have a
imagine
whole
if it
other
was a
discuss-
big old voluptuous booty, but no, that's not in the 80s movies. They didn't want to highlight those. They existed back then, folks.
No, they totally existed.
They just
and we
weren't popular,
No, they weren't on the screen. Yeah.
which is
So okay,
unfortunate.
so they get him in the cell, right? Is he shirtless at that point or something? And
He's
they
naked.
beat him.
Oh no, they put clothes
yeah,
on him at that point.
clothes on him. Yeah, and they beat him. That's when they beat him, right? And so so this is where I wrote down John Rambo as a substitute for the black experience in America. Like now, you've got now he's in the penitentiary or whatever. This is like fucked up. So this
The
is yet
sad thing
another-
about that comparison, though, is that in the same scenario, the black guy wouldn't have fought back. He would have just fucking taken it because what else do you do? You know?
Oh yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, no, that's a good question. And by the way, I could be totally wrong.
No, I think
this
it's
is-
good. But I just imagine it actually makes it more heartbreaking to think about it because Rambo is a dude that's like, I served my country. I've been trained to kill everybody. Now I'm going to go kill everybody. But if you take some normal dude that's going into a fucking city that's
Oh,
being
yeah.
treated like this, he
this,
has
right?
no fucking
No.
choice. They talk however they want to him. They beat him however they want
Yep.
to.
Yep.
And that's, so I almost feel like it comes back to the idea of like, oh yeah, this movie would have been way better with a black actor.
Yeah, totally. I mean, can you imagine if Wesley Snipes or something was that fucking dude?
Always bet on black.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Sylvester Stallone is shoehorned into a black role. He is putting a white face on a black dilemma, which I
He's
felt like he
shoehorned
kinda
into
did
the
it right.
second black role in a
Yeah,
row.
yeah. So then what do we get, dude? What's the next scene? Do you remember? Shave and a haircut.
Yeah, they're going to shave him and he has another
Yeah.
flashback.
Second flashback, right? He's got the guy with the knife and the cutting and the thing, and we know. So I also like to say when he's in the cell, Russo, what's his name? David Caruso. He's like the slow down version of like, hey, maybe we oughta. He's the voice that, and I also feel like the other white dudes fuck him over all the time.
Yeah.
Like, shut up. And I'm not
Yeah.
going to use the F word, but that's kind of what they treat him. They treat him like he's a sissy and he's not.
And
not
he's
man
really the only one that
enough,
has
and he-
any semblance of
and
like
he's-
reality
right.
in his
He's like-
brain.
Yeah, maybe we should call somebody else. Maybe we
Yeah.
should call in somebody. He's like, hey, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't be doing this or whatever. You know what I mean? So he has that second flashback, which triggers his aggression, and now we have the big fight scene, and the knife is reclaimed.
Yeah, as he's running out,
Yes,
he
yes.
grabs the knife.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what I call the sword scene. And now he's got his knife. So now we have the monster escapes. Yeah. He comes running out of the jail cell, and now the unwitting townsfolk are like,
That
You
damn
know, like-
that just random motorcycle guy.
yeah, bam, now he's got us. Right. So yeah, this is the first big chase scene, and I love it that there's no stunts and there's real stunts and no CGI. That was great. Like, so that was very reminiscent of everything I've ever seen in a movie throughout
Yeah.
the 70s.
I miss that too, though. I miss, like practical effects.
Same.
And
Same.
even if you have to have a stunt person and
Yes.
or there's limitation to the action that you can put on screen, I'm like, somehow that makes a movie better.
I feel it does
Like
too.
sometimes movies are so muddled up with so much shit going on that I'm just like, I don't even know what the hell I just watched. So
Exactly.
so it's literally just Stallone grabbing a guy off of a motorcycle and
And
then
then
jumping
he's
on the
yelling,
motorcycle.
get out of the way, get out of the way.
Yeah.
He's trying not to be. He tries really hard to not go full tilt in the beginning.
And
He's real.
even when he goes full tilt, he's not really trying to kill people.
No, I mean he really says, "Hey, I could have fucking killed all of you, but I didn't do it. This is over. This is fucking over."
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
So, but which is, I don't know, dude. Well, we can get into the.
Which once you get to the second movie, that's thrown out the window.
Oh, is it really? He just starts killing everybody. Yeah. So now we have the classic. He goes through the stream. There's always the stream, the scent, the dogs, all that stuff. And then, the only thing missing in that scene is the hounds, but then the cop car goes off the cliff and, then his bike gets fucked. Right. So now their machines are gone.
Yeah.
Now it's just stripped down to dudes in a forest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they stumble into that dead industry, which is what, like a sawmill or something that like isn't going anymore. And now this is what I always think, that this is the gathering supplies. You and Eddie talk a lot about the montage scene, but there's always something where they grabbed something. And so,
yeah, if this movie was a few years later, that would have been the montage.
Oh yeah,
scene.
there would have been edit,
because they never show him later on in the movie setting up that huge spiky thing that comes out of the tree. They don't show him.
They only show him carving them.
Yeah, and you don't know that, but that had to take a long time to set that up.
For sure. But I love the piece of wire and the burlap sack. That was good, right?
But that means,
nice.
but to be fair, whenever I think about little things in that movie where I go, well, this kind of happened really quick, I'm all like, well, apparently the movie was cut down by an hour, so maybe there was more of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So now the dogs come out, and this is that slave catcher. This is the classic, the hounds, And so then they call in air support, and the helicopter
Not air supply.
No, air support. Right. So he fashions the poncho. So you got the burlap and the wire and the rags, and the humanity again is stripped away, right? He runs into the forest. He goes upstream. He gets to higher ground.
Yeah.
His training kicks in. He gets to higher ground, and he uses the compass, in his knife. He's getting his bearings and all that shit. Now the dogs are on the scent, and then that dude's like, my dogs could eat and run at the same time. That guy, that fucking asshole with the dogs. We're really getting to really hate that dude right away.
Yeah.
So, yes. So now they chase him, and he gets to that fucking cliff, and now he's on the edge. Whoa! Right? There's nowhere to run, and so he goes to go down the cliff. He's hanging from the ledge. Here comes the helicopter. Then,
which is a bit of a foreshadowing to the classic Stallone movie Cliffhanger, which happened in the early '90s.
Sure. And now you have the classic chopper, which was huge in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Like Apocalypse Now, the whole thing, right? So, okay, now the big dive, the hero falls. There's always this big fall. If you notice that in a lot of movies, the hero falls or the villain falls.
When I was a kid, and I saw this movie for the first time, because I saw this after I saw First Blood Part 2, because I just didn't know. I was a kid. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just remember that was the first time I remember seeing a realistic fall like that, where they survived and it made sense why they survived.
Right.
Because he was hitting branches, and it wasn't just like he hit branches and then he went, okay, I'm good. He was like, oh, he was hurt. So I always thought that was great. It was a way of like escaping that situation, but making it semi-realistic,
Yeah, like he hit the smaller branches, and then the branches got bigger, and then he hit the ones that wouldn't give way. And by that time, his momentum was broken, but it still wounded him really bad. So, and so he's wounded in the tree, which is a crucifixion. But anyway, so
man, that's a stretch.
Well, maybe. And then what is it? Let's see, helicopter. Oh yeah, he uses the rock. So it's David and Goliath. right? He fucking slings that rock at that helicopter,
Man, yeah,
and then
you
that
like
dude.
you. I feel like I want you to watch every movie I like now, just so I can have your breakdown of it,
Oh,
because it
dude.
makes me like it even more.
Oh yeah, dude. I was kind of into it. I was really not expecting to be, but anyway. So the deputy, then that deputy, that asshole deputy who was just going to shoot him, he falls to his death, right? So now first blood happens in both of those scenes. His first blood is spilled,
Yeah,
comes out of him in the tree, and then
hmm
he kills the first officer. And so that's the
not on
fucking,
purpose.
well, he's
He
shooting
literally
that, and
just
then
he threw the thing and it hit the
at the
glass.
helicopter, and it hit the glass, and it made the helicopter go like that, and then the guy falls out. But that is first blood, so it doesn't matter. Like, this is the provocation series. This is where the oppressor can and will hunt you down based on their rules and laws. And when you kill one of them, now it's your fault.
Yeah,
Oh, look at this asshole.
yeah,
Now they're mourning, right? So he's face to face with the brutality, right? He strips that deputy. He brings that dude up. He looks him in the face. He's dead, and he strips his shit.
yeah. That there's a moment there that always gives me sort of like chills, where he literally just pulls up this dead guy and just
Yep.
looks at him for a
Looks
second.
right in the face.
It's like,
He's just like,
but it's not even like
yeah,
a mean look. It's
no,
just kind
he
of
just
like
is
it's almost
acknowledgement.
like he's just processing things as he's looking into this
100%.
guy's face. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's a great scene. So now we go into the first aid montage, right? No anesthesia. He's got to sew up the wound, right? This is his first blood. He's got to sew up. And
Yeah.
then he decides he's gonna fucking surrender. Remember, the next scene is he goes to do he's down in that riverbank, and they're all up at the top with their automatic weapons,
Yeah,
which
because
are
he
very
didn't want anyone to die. And he's
right.
like,
He didn't want that to happen. Right.
yeah.
That dude was shooting at me. He was shooting at me. Right.
Mhm.
You know, that kind of thing. And they've all got their M16s, which is another nom thing or whatever. And so the cops open fire on an unarmed man, and they graze his head, and he retreats.
Yeah.
And then identification is made. It comes in over the radio. Hey, this is not just some dumbass grifter. This is fucking John Rambo. He's a trained Green Beret. Like, this
Yeah.
is now where everyone has to understand the levity, the gravity of what they've done. They're not just hunting a normal person. They're hunting like their prey is very intense, right? And so
Not only that, somebody who's considered a quote unquote hero.
war hero.
War
Yes,
hero.
exactly.
Yeah.
100%. I wrote
Yeah.
down war hero. He's a Green Beret. He's a war hero. Now, Brian Dennehy then has the realization that and I think what's happening is Brian Dennehy was also in the service, because Brian Dennehy makes several allusions to the fact that, hey, we were all over there, but not all of us did this right there.
Yes.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He made, yeah. So, okay. So
He
there's this
he
realization.
came back and he doesn't. That may actually explain the earlier part of the movie a little more
Yes.
at that point, because
Right.
it's like he sure, he's got a position of power now, but
Yes.
I don't think he came back to the parade and hurrah that he
Same.
thought he
Right.
was going to get.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So then I like that. Those Green Berets, they're badasses. That's a good line. I like that. Fear sinks in, and now there's dissension in the ranks as they're hunting him. There's dissension. They're fighting each other now. They're like, that guy got killed. They're all rattled, right? So the leadership has uses violence to motivate morale, and that's when they use David Caruso's character as basically the fuck you pussy. You know what I mean? They grab his ass. They're gonna fucking beat him up right there. You know what I mean? And so they use fear to motivate the morale, and then the storm comes. Now we have nature is coming in, right? So the thug, this is where the thugs in uniform, the power turns in on itself. You know, like those dogs that bark at a fence, and then one of them just bites the other dog.
Yep.
Have you ever seen that happen?
That
And
happens
it's
with
like,
my
okay,
dogs all the time.
yeah. So now the storm comes, and now we see the man in the lightning. Remember, they see his ass up there,
Oh, yes, yes.
lightning, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and so the hounds are released, and then the dogs are killed. So this is the death of the dogs.
Which that's the only part of the movie I take an issue with. Because
Killing of the dogs?
Did he have to kill the dogs like that? That immediately makes his character not. I was like,
Okay, well, okay. But
But what else is
this
he
is
going to do? What else is he going
what
to
else
do?
exactly 100%. And he needs, okay, so this is a survival. Those dogs were not going to just go, hey, sit, they were
He's not
going to
going to be
tear
able
him
to
up.
talk him out of it.
No, no. I mean,
He
this
doesn't
is
have
using
treats in his
this is
satchel.
exactly. Totally right. So he
Yeah.
kills those dogs, and then he starts firing on them. Or they get spooked, and they start firing into the woods. They're just like
Well,
or
he's
whatever.
firing, but
And
then
then
he runs out of ammo, which is why the last dog, they don't hear a shot, but he still gets killed.
oh, he still gets scared. That's right. He's yeah. And so and then that's when the dog master gets shot in the leg, right?
Yeah.
And then the cops unleash. Oh yeah, then that's when the cops start shooting, and they just are like they're firing at
They're
ghosts. They don't
firing at
even know
a
that's
scarecrow.
a scarecrow, right? And which
Yeah.
is reminiscent of that scene in Apocalypse Now, where they're on the boat. They're just fucking just shooting into the jungle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This was a nom situation. Now those guys in uniform are sheriffs now, but I mean,
Which I
this was the
never,
same.
I honestly, here's the thing. Here's how
Mhm.
fucking, how my brain doesn't open up that big in movies. But now that we're talking about this, I'm all like, oh yeah, this is a dude who was in Vietnam and now he's back in the fucking woods.
In the woods, right? Instead of the
Yeah.
jungle,
Yeah.
he's the woods. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
So
amazing.
many
No,
layers
he's
to
in.
this movie that I didn't
Oh, dude,
even, I liked it already. And now I like it even more.
yeah, no, this was his training. He was trained to live off the land, take what he could, use it as a weapon, and fight back.
Yeah.
Lay low when he needed to, fight when he needed to.
Yeah.
So, the domestic landscape is now rife with gunfire. The war has returned home. That's what I wrote down.
I like
Okay.
that.
Yeah. So there's more strife about killing the dogs than there is killing Rambo. They're
Yeah.
more mad
Yeah.
that he killed those dogs than
To be
they
fair,
are
I'd
trying
rather
to
watch
kill
a
him.
human die than a dog any day.
Well, I'm just saying they are saying that those dogs' lives are worth more to them than his life is. You see
Yes,
what I'm
agreed.
saying? And
A
again,
war hero, quote unquote.
right, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so oh, okay.
I
So
thought you were
Rambo is
frozen for a
no,
second.
no. Rambo is now beneath
Go,
the animal.
go bathroom break,
Rambo is
everybody, during
yeah,
that
no,
pause.
right, yeah. Rambo is now beneath the level. They've taken him out of human to animal, and now he's even below animal.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, so and now it's kind of like who is hunting who. Right now, this fucking thing is it's crazy. So the white hats in the mist, you see them walking through the mist with those white hats on. You know what I mean? They're not white, but they're tan. They look white in there. And then they have the blatant M16s, and the wildlife noises intensify as the further into the woods they get, chasing him. The more you hear. All these weird things are making
Yeah,
noises.
yeah.
All the okay,
Yeah.
and so they are headed deep into the dark forest, and then up from the earth. Remember, he attacks that guy, right?
Yep. Yep.
So officer is ambushed, stuck like a pig, screaming in pain.
Yeah.
That guy's just screaming and screaming, right?
Yeah.
And so then they're all looking for him, and then down from the trees. First up from the earth, then down from the trees. He comes down. He gets the second officer is attacked, and then he catches him in the crossfire. So the cops are shooting at each other. You know what I mean? And so the trap is sprung. The third officer on a spike. Oh,
Yeah.
now that guy is screaming, right? And now the other dude is looking, and then he gets hit from behind. The fourth officer is down, and then Singleton is strung on a wire. He's got them all fucked up now. They're
Yeah.
all yeah. And the predator hunts his prey like a tiger from the brush. Finally, Will, with the knife to his throat, the head of command, is threatened to be beheaded.
Yeah.
Boom! I got all of you, and I'm gonna fucking cut your head off. This is gonna be it. I'm literally gonna take the head off of command.
Yeah.
This is like pretty intense, right? I could have killed them all. I could have killed you. In town, you're the law. Out here, it's me. That's what he says, right? Don't
Yeah.
push it. Don't push it, or I'll give you a war you won't believe. Let it go. Let it go. Right.
But you see what I mean? Like not having him talk a whole bunch when he does those little speeches, you're just like, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. You go, what did he say? I can't understand what he's saying. What's he saying? Go back and put the captions on. Oh, okay. No, this is the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing. Did you see Final Days or whatever? Remember End of Days? Did you see that?
No, I haven't seen
Just
that one.
all the dialogue, what the parts of the plot all hinge on the fact that Arnold Schwarzenegger has to tell you a bunch of stuff in that story, and you're like, I don't know what you're saying. I can't
There's a
understand a word you're fucking
he's
saying.
got a Netflix
Yeah.
series now that
Okay.
where he does a lot of exposition talking,
Uh-huh.
and like I love it because I love Arnold, but that
Right.
sometimes I go, they gave him way too much dialogue in that
Oh,
scene.
right. Well, the whole thing is anyway. End of Days. If you, that's great. We should watch that.
I'll get
Anyway,
there.
so
I'll get there.
so good. It's so good. It's so good.
Oh, like
Anyway.
good or bad or good?
Oh no, it's fucking Gabriel Burns plays the devil. Oh, he is so
Interesting, because that I love
good.
Arnold movies, and that's one that I
Yes.
haven't seen, so that might be an
Oh.
interesting one to talk about.
I was like, well, okay, sure. Marijuana had hit my life. Okay.
Say no more.
And I was like, eating,
Yeah.
just eating something. Whoa, this is okay. So anyway, so then then
These hot pockets are great.
yeah, right. I'm on my 10th one. Whatever.
Yeah.
So then he fucking vanishes. Poof, he's gone. Right. So now the reinforcements are called in. Now the army gathers. That's that scene where the trucks are coming in. Now the media is there, right? And army gathers. I say the warning is heeded. The wounded are evacuated. Now we're carrying all those guys out on stretchers. The story breaks. The media swarms. The higher authorities start to take charge. The media is fed a false story. It does its job to create a narrative. Propaganda is released to the public that because none of that stuff that happened in the violence from the police, none of it is in the story.
Yeah.
None of it. It
Yeah.
starts at officer killed, da 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 da, right? None of the provocation happens. So the narrative is set. The propaganda is out.
Which is the thing that we run into today, like many years later, where you'll see. I don't know why the dogs are fucking freaking out. Is you'll see like a video where somebody is doing something outrageous, and you're like, wait, I didn't see anything that led up to this.
Anything. None
like
of it.
what happened before this?
Sure. Like in their entire life years before that led up to this one thing or whatever. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, it's nuts. So and so now they're like, now then he's in the tent and he's got that guy from the state. Now the state troopers are in, right? And they're having that little talk. And I love that guy in the hat. He's like, well, he had a bunch of really good quotes in that thing or whatever. But then it's like, so he's like, he says something, and then that's when you get what's that dude's name? What is his name?
Richard Crenna.
Richard Crenna. But what's his
actor.
name? His name in the movie.
Colonel.
It's a very cool name. I looked it up, and it means something. His name means something.
Colonel Troutman.
Troutman. That's what it is.
Colonel
And he
Troutman.
said, yeah, God didn't make Rambo. I made him.
Yep.
That's a classic line, right? So Rambo's backstory is declared.
I just
right?
hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold the fuck on. Look, I've had a few beers here. But
Yes. Okay.
Do you ever have something amazing technology wise happen that you didn't expect? So I have an iPad right here
Okay. Oh, you do you?
that I use for notes, and I have Wikipedia pulled up, and I have my MacBook right here, and I literally moved my cursor this way, and then all of a sudden the cursor is on the iPad.
Come on. What are you talking about? Is it
I'm just
Bluetooth?
I'm moving. You can't look, but I'm moving around the fucking iPad, and then I go back this way, and it's back to technology is amazing.
No way. It went from screen to screen.
It literally went to the other screen, and I have not connected these two at all, except for
Did you
their.
have a Bluetooth mouse? What do you have?
No, it's a fucking trackpad on my
So
laptop.
they're talking to each other right now.
Well, the only connection I can make is that they're both Apples, and so I'm logged in as me on both. So maybe it just discovered that I was using it next to this. But now that I know this, that and I can just scroll up and down the fucking wiki page now. I'm sorry, my life before, like I have not. I like literally just started living right now.
Wow. This is cool, man.
Anyway,
Happy birthday.
anyway,
Happy
Colonel
birthday.
Colonel Mustard,
Colonel,
or who is
yeah,
it?
Colonel, right. Yeah.
Troutman. Colonel Troutman.
And I looked up his name, but I can't remember. Anyway, so Rambo kills the boar.
Yes.
Now he's got to kill the boar. Now the boar is a very ancient spirit, and if you get into Asian mythology and Japanese stuff, the boar is a big deal. The pig, the boar, the pig. The
Interesting.
Chinese have year of the pig. The whole thing. It's a very laden thing, but he kills it, and so and then he
Obviously to
goes into
eat. So
to eat, and that's when he's cutting pieces off of it or whatever.
yeah.
Now this is when the radio thing happens, right?
Yes.
The colonel talks to Rambo, stationed out in DC. What does he say? Polishing a seat with my ass. That's what he's doing. And then
Yeah.
he's so right. So
And
Fort
and
Bragg.
really, like the sheriff, his plan is just to triangulate where Rambo is by
Yes, he
getting him
just
on
wants
the
to kick it.
rainbow,
Yeah, he
on
wants
the
to kick
rainbow, on the
I'm
radio.
gonna get Rambo on the radio.
All right.
I'm getting Rambo on the radio. So yeah, so now they're talking about Fort
That's the
Bragg.
new LGBTQ version of this movie that is called
Rainbow,
Rainbow.
Rainbow. I like it. I think it's gonna be a success.
Holy shit! That should be a movie where it's literally just
Rainbow.
like, you know, like
guy
a
named
gay
Rainbow.
dude or a trans dude walking
Yeah,
into the
right.
city, and the
Drag.
sheriff's all like, "You can't
Yeah.
be here," and he's like, "You know
No.
what? I'm gonna kill all you motherfuckers."
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna kill all of
I
you
would fucking go
motherfuckers.
see that movie. I would go see that.
But would he kill the dogs? I think that's a good
No,
point. I think he
no,
wouldn't kill the
no,
dogs.
the dogs-
Yeah, they'd turn on his
He
side.
would have treats in his pocket.
treats in his pocket. This is great. It's
And then the
writing
dogs
itself.
would be on
This
his
is a big
side,
deal.
and then later on, they're turned on the dog owner, and they would just murder
right.
the owner.
This is a
but
big deal.
Hollywood, if you're watching,
Yeah,
Rainbow
watch it.
instead of
Rainbow.
Rambo, but it's
Right.
a similar story.
But would it be called First What?
Oh fuck, I don't know. Rainbow
Right.
first.
Yeah. This is. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave in the comments below.
Whoever's
what- yeah.
watching this, what would a good,
Right.
you know, there's a colon, like the not a human colon.
Right.
It'd be called Rainbow colon
Rainbow
something.
colon, something.
What should it be?
This I've first glam, first I don't know, first wig, first I don't know. Is it a drag? Is it drag too? Could be drag. I mean, drag would be huge.
In the
you know what I
current
mean?
in the
You could
current
do-
in the current climate,
right.
it needs to be a trans woman.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
And how even better that a trans woman, and then she just kills fucking everybody. Like don't
whatever it
even have any mercy for anybody in this movie. It's just fucking mow everybody down. How pleasing of a movie would that be?
I don't know.
I would
Because
love it.
I'm not exactly sure. I'm super fond of watching a bunch of people get murdered all the time. You kind
I
of like it. You kind of like it.
I like it when I feel like justice is being served,
Okay.
but in a fantasy way. In real life, I don't want to watch anybody get killed.
Okay, so do you know there's like a bunch of shit about Fort Bragg? Like Fort Bragg is in the news a lot. In fact, I think they changed the name of Fort Bragg to some other fort just so people would stop thinking that all this weird shit is coming out of Fort Bragg. But this is interesting that they specifically tied John Rambo to Fort Bragg in this movie. Okay.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So, okay. So there are no friendly civilians. They drew first blood, and then he can't come in. He won't come in, right? That's the
Nope.
deal. He's not going to do it. Okay. So at the rise of the sun, power takes Rambo the only way it knows how, by force. Okay. Every man to the ridge. This is all it's power only knows at sunrise. We're going to fucking all swarm in there and we're just going to get his ass, right? That's what power knows.
Including some
Okay, so-
fucking weekend warriors.
Right.
in that
Oh,
group,
yeah, that's
too.
right. And that was the big deal about this is when soldiers were trained to be really good, and now they're just candy ass motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Part-time soldiers that don't know shit. Okay, so camouflaged in the rocks, Rambo goes undetected. Now he comes up out of the rocks. Remember, the reconnaissance is gathered and a plan is formulated. It's his plan, right? He's got his recon, and so a youth stumbles into the fray now. A young person, an innocent.
Yeah.
Now we get so Rambo shows restraint, weapons are confiscated and disposed of. Humanity still lives in Rambo. He's not on a full blood rage where he's going to just kill everything that lives. We
Yep.
get to see him be uh what would the word be? Benevolent or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So
you have to give the idea that he's not a complete monster. He still has all his faculties, even though he's like
yes,
got fucked up from the war. He can
right.
still clearly
Yeah.
see this person is an innocent.
Innocent.
Yeah.
Exactly. So shots are fired and the battle is on. And I can't remember what I think doesn't he shoot or the dude shoots at him or something happens. And then now they know that there's fire. And so everyone gets in a tizzy and they start to run to find the gunfire or whatever. I can't remember.
No, the kid has adults with him that shoot.
Okay. That shoot.
Rambo
Yeah,
doesn't have a
okay.
gun at this point. I don't think. I think
No, he threw him. Yeah,
he
he threw
ran
the
out of
gun.
ammo too. With
Yeah,
the
but
ones
he
he
took
had.
that kid's gun, didn't he? And he threw that, didn't he?
I think
Like he
so.
took that kid's gun. He didn't even take the gun. He was just like, "Fuck it, I'm not even going to use the gun."
Yeah.
So so we figure out that the foe is untrained, right? They're part-time soldiers, no discipline, superior firepower deployed. The mine shaft is destroyed. Those fucking dumbasses have a fucking missile launcher, wash. And so now the yellow helicopter comes in because they think his ass is dead, right? Now the yellow helicopter that comes in and they're talking about, hey, we got him. And then this isn't there a big fight about like I told you to not to kill him.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
wanted to kill him myself or whatever. Like I wanted you
Yep.
okay. So the yellow helicopter, yellow is always rebirth or what's the word? What did Jesus do? He was not incarnated.
Reincarnated.
No, but he rose from the dead. He was they call that wow.
Far fetched.
Sure. There's a ton of that. Yeah. No. Oh my God.
He
What?
was
His
resurrected.
resurrected.
There we go.
Fuck out of that. Okay. So,
And you know what? You can't have resurrected without erected.
yeah. Now we're back to boners.
Yeah.
Someone's
Little did you
boner.
know, all through the Bible, they're just boners everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
So Rambo he's trapped under the earth.
Yeah.
So literally he's trapped under the earth. So this is like Rambo is in the underworld. Literally, Rambo is in the land of the dead. He is
Yeah.
thought to be dead and he's under the earth. This is a classic Greek. This is all the classic tales.
He's
having
got to rise from the grave now.
Yeah, exactly. So don't count Rambo out. Resourcefulness rules the day. Ingenuity makes for a great America. Then you have Troutman surveys the land. Troutman comes to a revelation that Rambo isn't dead.
Yeah.
He knows.
Even with all those fucking
Right.
rats.
Yeah. He gets it in his head. He goes, he's not dead. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets that look on his face. Like, I could have survived this. He could survive this. Right.
Well, I think he at one point he thinks he's dead, and then when does he go meet
I don't know.
the colonel for a drink
Well,
somewhere in there?
yeah, but he's still acting like he's dead. But remember, there's a scene later where he's like, "You knew he was alive, didn't you? Wasn't that in the police station or something?"
Yeah,
And he's like,
yeah.
"Yeah, okay." So now Rambo uses fire to discover the air while under the earth, and then he falls into water. So now he's just elemental.
I don't know. I don't know if that much thought was put into that, but that's great.
No, it was totally. He wraps that thing. He uses fire to figure out where the air is coming from. So he follows the shafts that have air movement, and when he's doing it, he falls into the water. So now he's got earth, air, fire, and water. Rambo is.
I think
now
we've pretty much just figured out the smarter of the two of us.
No, what are you talking about? This movie we just had more in it.
No, that I would never have uncovered any of that. I would have taken it to my grave that it's just like, hey, he was a veteran. They were mean to him. He killed people.
Oh, so this is his wound. His wound reopens. Now
Yes.
he's hit in the side. He's
Yeah.
hit in the side, and that is famous for where the Roman soldier stabbed Jesus while he was crucified on the cross, which is another reason why when he falls into the tree and he gets his side split open, that's a Jesus thing.
Holy shit.
Okay, so now his wound.
I
is on
really
his rib
want
cage.
Stallone to come onto our show just so we
Okay,
can
well-
throw all this out there and be like, was that part of
Right.
it? Or the original writer of First Blood? Like, was that part of it? Yeah, it's like,
Okay, so now Will Teasel? Now we're back in the fucking the sheriff's office.
yes.
And now we got Will Teasel walking through, right? Will Teasel. He slams the door. He goes into his office. He slams his door. It says Will Teasel on the door really big.
Very weird name.
Yeah, William Teasel. So this is okay. So, but he's will, the will. He has will. He has willpower. He is will. I think he's literally called Will for a reason. Okay,
Interesting.
but anyway, so he sits down at his desk, and in the background is army medals. His army medals are prominently displayed, and in the background with an American Eagle statue. Now
Mm.
he's in his throne of power with his medals and his thing, and he's like he's not happy that he's dead, but he thinks he's dead, but it's not. He's mulling over this whole situation. So
Yeah.
now we go back to the underground tunnels. They get more and more claustrophobic. They go from being these like open man-made things. They go, but now the tunnels become natural, not man-made, and the wind begins to howl mournfully. It's like the spirits of the dead going through these little tunnels, and now he's cramped. He gets smaller and smaller the further in. And now we cut to Will, and this was a great scene, dude. Will at the bar
Yeah.
with Troutman was fucking nuts. And
Yeah.
oh, dude. So when he was like, "Hey, man, if he came in, what were you gonna do? Were you gonna shoot him in the face? Or were you gonna give him a big kiss?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "I don't know." Do you think he was telling the truth? Do you think he really didn't know? Like, do you think he really would have shot him? Like, would Troutman have really shot his own son, basically?
Probably not, but I think at that point, because he's removed from the situation, he doesn't know. Is it like is Rambo now like far gone? Like
Well, that's what he was. I think. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. I really just think that he would have to assess the situation when he got there. I feel like anyone that's good at combat and all of that stuff, if somebody asks you a question, you have to be like, I don't know. I'm not going to know till I'm there. You know?
Right. He said, "I'd have to see his face." That's what
Yeah.
he said. He said, "I'd have to see his face." Right. That was a nuts. But then that's what that's saying is, yeah. I, if it was too far gone, I would have shot him. I
Yeah.
mean, that's saying a lot. That's like saying, no, no, no. No. I would have. No. He was like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I could have shot him. I would've. So now we're back to Rambo underground, and his fire is going out. Right. He's just got a limited amount of time under there, and then, oh, I forgot. I don't know. I thought I wrote something down about the rat attack.
Yes. There's rats.
There's a rats, and he's throwing rats off of him and stuff, and that was really intense or
Yeah.
whatever. But then
That part's unnecessary. I'm always like,
yeah, no, right. It's pretty intense. They're all
we get it.
screeching
It's
and
bad down
scramming.
there. Why do they have rats
Yeah.
too?
But yeah, they're like, and now there's rats.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
already
right.
bad.
Did you see that movie about that guy Ben or whatever? Was it called Ben, where he commanded a pack of rats to kill people?
Yeah.
I think
And
I
I
can't
didn't see
remember.
it, but it was based
It was
on
a
Willard,
remake.
wasn't it?
Oh well, I think that's what it was called.
The
Willard.
movie was called
His name
Willard.
was called Willard.
Yeah.
And didn't
Michael
Crispin
Jackson.
Glover do the remake?
Michael Jackson did the song. Ben, the two of us need a look no more.
Willard was the name of the rat, right?
I don't know. I just know that the song
a great
Ben
movie.
by Michael Jackson is
Okay.
associated with that movie somehow.
Okay, so Rambo
I'm
finds
sorry that I
daylight.
sang, everybody.
No, I sing all the time. You have a great voice, man. We haven't talked at all about Gray Line.
for my feet
Okay, so what do we have
Tecate.
now?
Now we're on Tecate.
Oh, you've had one of those before
I have.
on the show. So now he's got light. The light is coming down that shaft, right?
Yes.
He goes and he ascends his
He's
resurrection. Resurrected.
He has a
He's
resurrection.
He is re-erected. He is one more erection. Just boner, boner, boner up every rung. Just patang,
There were
patang, patang,
boners in
patang,
Cocoon and
patang.
boners in
Boners,
First
right.
Blood.
Yeah, Ram, right. Okay, so he climbs. Now, wounded but alive, Rambo is resurrected back to the living. Okay, so now the troops are packing up. They thought they got him. They're going to go home or whatever, right?
Yep.
And now he gets on that fucking truck.
Yes.
And he gets that M60, right? Somebody pulled the plug too soon. That Rambo guy is on the loose again. You got the radio call, right?
Yep.
Okay, so the pursuit resumes, and now we have the second chase scene in the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, second big chase scene. Squad car versus the army truck back over the bridge, which I thought was interesting. And now, and then they end up, it's nighttime in the town with a truck full of explosives just to match and a little bit of gasoline, which was an iced tea line. Remember that line? Fucked with no Vaseline, just a match and a little bit of gasoline.
Yes.
He
Yes.
fucking yeah, and now the fucking hellscape happens. Like now the inferno is fucking lit, the
Mhm.
fire is on, the town explodes, right? Holy fuck. Right? Hellfire. And then there's a scene of Dairy Queen, and I wrote down Hellfire threatens the Dairy Queen. Right.
It's
So
gonna melt
right.
all the goddamn
Yeah.
ice cream.
Ice cream. Them Buster bars are fucked. No more fucking dilly bars or Sundays or shit. Okay.
Blizzards, man.
Blizzards.
Love
Yeah.
them. Love them. Yeah,
They do it where you
exactly. It's not going to work anymore. They're all melted. They're just going to fall
Oh
right
yeah,
out.
they're all yeah. So attention, now he's got to get on the thing. Attention all civilians, for your own safety. This is my favorite one. The law always says it. For your own safety,
Yep.
please evacuate the streets immediately, right? The sheriff brings out the big guns and heads to the roof, right? So Rambo shoots out the lights. He's getting good. He's targeting all the lights or whatever.
Yep. Yep.
So then fucking finds the gun store. He's in the armory. This is the big raid the armory scene, right? This is
Hmm.
like, okay. So the kerosene is amassed and the gunpowder is thrown in there and the bullets in the fire, right? And he's figures out where Will is. He sees him, right? So Will's location is discovered. Now the police station just gets fucking riddled. Goes to town. He
Yep.
just shoots the shit out of that thing, right? So and I said Teasel through the glass. Troutman comes in there and goes, "The mission is over."
Yeah.
You know, that's
Well,
what
I
he's
mean,
like.
yeah. So he falls. So the sheriff
Yeah,
falls through the glass
right. He gets killed.
after
He's
getting
down there.
shot like from
Oh,
underneath.
yeah. And then he's got his gun in his face and he's on the ground, right? And then he's like,
Mhm.
"This mission is over." And then what
Yeah.
does he say?
Troutman comes in.
What's he
Nothing
say?
is over.
It's never over. It's
Yeah.
never over.
Yeah.
And I go, "Wait, what did he say?" And
That's
then I had to
he
go
says
back and
nothing
put
is.
that.
That's it.
Oh,
So see, here's the thing. I've seen that
it's never
scene.
over.
I've seen
It's
that
never
scene so
over.
many times that I know everything he's saying.
It's never over. It's never over.
I love
What is this
that whole last
Dude,
scene
it's
is
awesome.
so good.
It's awesome. It's awesome. So now the monster speaks, right? The monster cries, and then that whole thing about his buddies and the whole thing, the monster gets to. So this is very Frankenstein. Like in Mary Shelley's
Sure.
Frankenstein, when they
Yeah.
get the monster and they get him, and he goes through this whole soliloquy of pain and sadness and all the suffering and all the stuff. It's this thing. And then what do? Fucking put him in chains and they perp walk his ass
Yeah. My
out into the car.
so
Rambo, ladies and gentlemen.
my favorite part of that whole last scene
Yes.
is the fact that you spend this whole movie and you're like, he's Green Beret, he's you're not hunting him, he's hunting you, or whatever. He literally he's gonna kill all of you. And
Yes.
then at that last scene of the movie, he leans in crying and hugs his commander. And there's just like that part where I go like that part of the movie always made me feel like that, like in a lot of like action movies, that wouldn't happen in the movie.
Oh no, right.
Like
There's
he may
compassion.
he may
Affection
he
and
may
compassion.
show vulnerability,
100%.
but there would never be a scene with two men hugging each other. And so like that part was always very powerful to me because it's all like
Yes.
he's the father figure and
Yes.
he's been
Right.
tough as fucking nails through this whole
as nails.
thing. But now
what he
that
was
he's
trained to do.
now that he's back and he really gets to let everything out,
Mm-hmm.
it's too fucking much for him. And I always thought that was like that part was always just always felt so heartbreaking to me because I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like I said earlier, like back in the day, like if somebody came to you and said, "Oh no, your government's lying to you," you'd be like, "How could they do that?
Right.
Why would they do that?"
Sure.
And so
I was in
like
school.
so putting this blind, this blind, you're supposed to be able to trust, these people. And then the realization that not only could you not trust them, but you've caused all this fucking damage and murder, but also people that you cared about because of it have also now been murdered and have died. And it's
Well-
just that all of that shit, it's just like, yeah.
Troutman and Teasley have also probably killed a fuck ton of people.
Yes, I'm sure they have. But it's just Yeah. That's
You
why,
know what I
like,
mean?
that's why, like, I know it's not a, especially like in our country, it's not a popular opinion, but like, I've always like had that weird, like, I've never been like they are towards, like in these movies, they're towards the veterans, like, you're a baby killer. I've never looked at it that way. I've always looked at it as I feel really bad that they got duped. When somebody was like, I was in the war and I killed all these people, I just feel like, oh my God, like you probably thought you were doing a good thing. And
Oh man, sure. You hear,
most of
yeah.
the time, you're not, you know?
Oh, dude, right. I think almost. Look, I'm not strong enough to go through that. Like, if someone,
Sure,
like,
yeah.
I mean, someone's, if you put me in a suit and there's guys in that suit, a different suit, or different, and then they're like, you just like run in there and someone shoots a gun and the bullet goes by your head. I'm thinking you're going to be like, "Gah, gah, 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 gah,"
Yeah.
until they're just all dead. I mean, it's like, it takes a lot to like
Yeah.
overcome. Like, you know
It's
what I mean?
insane. It's
It's
insane.
insane.
Plus,
It's
I would
hardwired
be,
shit.
I would,
Hardwired shit.
I would be, I would get the shit beat out of me because
Immediately.
I
I'd
would
be
be,
dead
I would
first
be
bullet.
so desperate
Exactly.
for to know why. Like if somebody said
Oh,
that
okay,
person
sure.
over there,
Right.
they're the enemy, you need to kill them. I'd be like,
Right.
cool. Can you give me a little bit of backstory? Like why? What did they
No,
do?
totally.
Like,
Right. Well,
because like that's the thing is that like I'm not that loyal to my country that I'm just going to be like, well, you said they're bad. I'm going to go do it. I'd be like, no, I don't know them. I don't know what they did. You can't just tell
sure.
me to go kill somebody. You know
Well,
what exactly happened?
Right.
And if you say this thing happened, show me the receipts. Did it actually
Oh,
happen?
yeah, no, totally. Yeah, yeah, totally.
So
Totally.
I would
And that's
never
what
be good. I would never be good in the military.
No, no, no. I wouldn't either.
Plus, I drink too
wouldn't
much
either.
beer and alcohol. So.
Well, is that I don't even know. Is that bad? Does the military, do you not want to have, can you not have alcohol in the military? I think you
I'm
can.
sure. I mean, plus I'm too old now.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
both
super
too
old.
old.
Though I did hear that they were taking older people to do junk in the army. So I
Oh,
was thinking about maybe just going to figure out what was going on, but I don't know.
yeah.
I do.
Let's go.
There is part of me that really wishes I would have served, mostly so that I could say when someone says, "Oh yeah, did you serve?" and then I could go, "Yes, I did," and then I could say the thing, and then I could hold the ideas that I have in my mind about peace and anti-war, right? I could hold those, but I would be able to say them as a person who did serve.
Shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter.
Well, it shouldn't matter, and and people who are pro peace should also be revered and thanked for their service because they did that they didn't go fuck anything up. Well,
Yes.
and then that's the whole thing about the draft versus joining on, but volunteering. Like if you're drafted, you've got a bigger power structure that sucks you in and then spits you out.
Which makes the whole Vietnam thing more heartbreaking because like so many of those kids didn't even want to go.
Yes.
So,
And then think about the cool people that have been in the service
I don't
and
know
it did
any.
them.
I don't know any.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Oh, really? Not even one. Like, dude, I know. Like, I know he's younger than me. He's a dad of one of my daughter's friends. Fucking 9/11. He was like, "Yeah, fuck it, let's go." Like he's like they fucking took our shit out.
Yeah.
Right. And so he was like,
But
yeah,
then he ends up going over to kill people that didn't have anything to do with.
well, exactly.
9/11.
But that's that thing when you said, "Show me the receipts."
Yeah.
That was a fucking receipt to a lot of people.
But it was, but the,
You know what I'm saying?
the receipt I want to see is how do you know these are the people that did it? Show me.
No, but they said that they said it out loud. They were.
And why would they lie to you?
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We got real serious, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that movie is intense, dude.
It is.
That movie is intense.
I feel bad for you now because, well, here's two things. If you ever decide to watch any other Rambo movie, you're not going to get that same level of.
No, because I feel like they hijacked that franchise and turned him into a shooty stab guy.
So in the second movie, there's
It's
still
a POW MIA, right? That's what that is, right?
no. He gets released from prison in order to go over and rescue
POWs.
POWs.
Yeah.
But then he finds out that he actually isn't sent over to rescue them. He's literally just supposed to confirm that they're there and then leave them. and he goes, "Fuck you," and that's the movie, really. It may be more to it than that, but it's a lot more violence and blowing shit up. And
Yeah, I feel like that's just everything is just him going bah, 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 with two guns. Like the trip.
but it's fun. It's fun as fuck, man. It is. There's such like the cool lines in First Blood. There's a lot of really cool lines in Rambo, the second movie, especially from Richard Crenna from the Colonel. Like he says, like, "What you call hell, he calls home." Like there's great lines like that.
That
in
is
there.
pretty good. That is pretty good.
Yeah, and my favorite part is like there's a radio scene in First Blood Part 2 also, and one of the evil people is like, "Who are you?" and Rambo goes, "I'm your worst nightmare."
Nice.
Yeah.
So what? Wait, can you pull up? Can you in your mind pull up the fucking radio scene from Die Hard? Where,
Which one? Which one?
It's that. Who's the guy who played Snape? What's that guy's name?
Oh,
The guy who is the guy who is the head.
I know his name. I know
Anyway,
his
we know
name.
what we're talking
Alan
about.
Rickman.
Alan Rickman. Who he doesn't he say the same thing? Who are you? Right? Doesn't he say something very similar to that? Like who am I talking to? Right? And then Bruce Willis says like yippee motherfucker or some
No,
shit.
he says,
isn't there like what is
no, he
say?
says
Right,
he says something to the effect of like, "What do you think? You're
Yeah.
some kind of cowboy or something?" And then he goes, "Yippee motherfucker."
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the radio scene where the bad
Die
guys
Hard's a
figure
fucking
out-
amazing movie. Like,
Dude.
I will go to my grave and saying that not only is it highly enjoyable, but if you're like a movie person,
Right.
just the movie itself is so well done. Everything about it is great. Every single fucking thing about it.
Okay. And I had never seen that one either until like COVID era where we're like in our little pods and we got together for Christmas like we weren't supposed to do. And then we were like, and then it was like, we got to watch a Christmas movie and someone picked that. And that was the first time I'd ever seen it.
So good.
That kind of, I don't know.
good.
Yeah. So it was
So
actually,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
That's
Okay.
a movie that gets a lot of hype, and I think it deserves it. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just like the more because I've watched it so many times over the years, and I expect sometime I watch it for me to kind of go, it finally lost its charm. No, every fucking time, time.
The dude, that thing about getting him out of his shoes is perfect. That whole thing on the airplane, and then why he has to be barefoot, and why the glass and just everything.
Right, has to run through glass.
Oh my God, that is just written so well.
And there's just like, and there's a lot of great lines in that movie too. Like it's just like that.
Yeah.
But I like the one like he's like literally there's the guy he's crawling under the table and there's a guy madman with like the machine guns and he was like and he says something to the effect of like, "If you ever get a chance to kill somebody, don't hesitate." And then he shoots him from under the table and he goes, "Thanks for the advice."
Yeah, thanks for the advice. Right. Right. Yeah, that had a lot of cool ones.
I miss lines like that in movies.
Sure.
Because like it's dumb, but there's something about it that like if you're watching an action movie, you're not there for like poignant poetry or some shit, you know? Like, let's not reflect about this.
Right. Okay, when you and Eddie say stuff like, "That's so dumb. That's awesome."
Yes.
Is that a quote
Because,
from
like,
something, or is that just
no, that's
say
just
to each
us.
other? Okay. I thought that was
Sometimes dumb stuff is just so fucking
awesome.
perfect.
Whoa.
It's
right,
like no, there's if like there's there's a fine line where when you're doing a certain type of movie at a certain point, if you do the dumb thing, I'm just like, "Oh, this is so good." But in other kinds of movies, if you do the dumb thing, I go, nope, you didn't do it right. So it actually is peak filmmaking when you think about it. It is like, how do you know when to do the dumb thing and when to not do the dumb thing?
It's like rock music.
Exactly. There's dumb rock music that just fucking nails it.
Fucking nails it, right? Yeah. And then you're like, other dumb rock music, you're like, dude, that thing. Okay, well, first of all, you had mentioned that maybe we would wrap something up and not be talking for 3 hours.
We're going to wrap it up in a second.
Okay. But when you were talking about danger, And then he was like, "This album seriously borders on Steel Panther. Like
Yeah.
this is like
Yeah.
it gets as close as it can get." And I was like, "Oh yes, yes, that is the exact thing that that record does." You're like, "What is going on
Yeah.
here?" Yeah, yeah, dude. It's yeah, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That was a great episode.
So I have to admit though
Okay. Yes.
for
Yes.
future reference, because you kind of like added so many layers to First Blood, I almost want someday, we don't have to do it next for the next movies we do, but someday I want you to watch First Blood Part 2,
Okay.
because maybe you can like pull something out of it and you're like, look, not as good as First Blood, but let me tell you what
Sure,
this
sure,
means.
sure, sure. But I feel like maybe we've set a tone where like we're gonna inspire each other to fucking go hard on these things. Like, are we gonna watch another movie and do this again? Like, what are we gonna do?
Sure.
I mean, if we get more than
Here's
113 views, does that make it worth it? Yeah,
yes.
right. Okay,
The
right.
only reason that I like this is because I don't watch a lot of movies, and this gives me a reason to watch movies. And in this case, we're gonna find ones that neither one of us have seen,
Yes.
or we could literally just do, if there's movies that we've both seen, we can break them apart and analyze
Right.
them or whatever.
If
But
we can like steal from you the term the watchening. Did you make that up?
I did make that up.
The watchening? The
Yes.
watchening.
I made that up. I used to do
Dude, I know.
I used to
Right.
do Old Head Bangers
Oh,
Ball, but
sure.
it was a show on
Yes.
YouTube. And I
Yes.
remember like I kept saying like weird things like, we're about to listen to, well, no, we're actually going to watch it too. And so one day I was like, well, what is a combination of listening and watching? And I was like, well,
Watchening.
watching. And so
That's
that
fucking
became like
genius.
a thing that I did. I mean, that may have, somebody else may have thought of that, but I thought of it on my own. So, great minds think
I
alike.
was so sad when you got a strike and
Oh,
had to
yeah.
pull down that video. I was like, oh no, there goes the watchening.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was sad. That was so
Yeah.
sad.
I don't,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't think, I don't know what a good title for these would be, but
Okay.
I do like the fact that it gives me an opportunity to talk about something I don't normally talk about.
Yeah, no, dude, it's awesome.
And if it's like this, if I can give you a movie that I love and you can give me a whole new level to that movie, but I almost feel bad because I feel like, you're going to give me a movie that you love and I'm probably going to be like, look, it's just not that good.
No, well, okay,
And
but
it's
that's
going to
the
be
thing. Like,
that's going to be the shittiest thing of it. It's like no benefit for you whatsoever.
no, but that's cool because like part of it was like you had like when I watched Rambo, I think I texted you, wow, and you were like, is that a wow good or a
Yeah.
wow bad? And
I
I'm
have
like,
no
well, I
idea.
guess we're gonna find out. And then when you watched Cocoon, I said something to you, and you're like, we'll talk about it on Friday, and I was like, oh
Yep.
damn.
Yep.
So the intense the waiting to fuck because I've heard you tear things a new asshole.
Yeah.
I've literally listened to you tear things a new asshole before, so I had
Not
no
often, but I
idea.
do. I
No,
do.
but you can. You have that gear, and I don't. I go. Well, it was fine. Like I can't really go. Like I don't really.
There aren't things that you just think are awful.
Well, yes, social injustices and the way people treat one another sometimes and all that kind of stuff. I think it's horrible. You know what I mean? Like I go, oh, that really sucks. But I mean, well, okay, you know what? This is another huge thing why I wanted to get like why I was drawn to you as a person was that you said repeatedly, I would rather talk about things that I really like than
Yes.
talk about things that I don't like because that's for somebody else. They can like that thing and they can talk about it, but I want to talk more about something I like. So like when you did that architecture thing and you were like obviously not into the architects or
Oh,
whatever.
architects. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, architects. I was like, oh, I was like, but you did come up out of that a couple of times and say, you were like, hey, I can see where people really like this.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
And
it's just because I feel I get more out of talking about things I like than I do talking about things I don't like. So I have opinions just like everybody else, and some of them are strong opinions, and there are some things that I just really don't like. But if I spend like 10, 15 minutes talking about something I don't like, at the end of it, I don't feel good. You know, like I just feel
Yeah,
like
like you just
I feel like I
shit a
just
bunch of
wasted
negative energy.
yeah, I just
Oh
wasted
yeah, totally.
everybody's
Yeah,
time
yeah,
because I see
yeah,
all these other
yeah.
people on the internet that are
Right,
just like, here's the worst album ever made.
right,
And I'm all like, who's
right,
this video for? Like,
right,
like
right,
why?
right. I feel the same way. Yeah.
But I
I
feel like if you bringing to me a movie that I haven't seen, if I don't like it because I like you and respect you, I might. It would be a different way of talking about it because it would be like me kind of be like, well, Smurl loves this. Let me break it down. Why? Why does he love
okay.
this?
Same thing with what with the Metallica stuff and stuff that you gave me. Like I could have just been like, I mean, I could have, because we were talking about removing prejudice, right? Bigotry. I think I was trying to remove bigotry, and again, I was really just drawn to the fact that you would rather talk about something that you like that you didn't like. And okay,
Yeah,
so I had a whole lifetime of like, oh, like Metallica would just come up, and it would just be like, God damn it, like I just ignored it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And so, but when you were like, well, what about this? What
mhm,
about this? I'm going to make you this playlist. I'm going to do this. And I have to sit down and listen to it. And I go, okay, Steven's really into this. Like, and then you have already said so many things like, well, it depends on when you were born and where you were and what the thing and da 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 da. And so we are 10 years apart, right? And so
yeah,
I was like, okay, totally. I totally see what's happening right now. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And I could get into it. And instead of going, I can't even come. I'm not even going to sit here and say something shitty. Instead of saying so, I really like that guitar riff in whiskey in a
whiskey
jar,
in the
jar,
jar.
whiskey
Yeah,
in the jar, or like,
whiskey
oh
in the
man,
jarro.
right, right. And so, and I see you like when you went to that store, the pop-up store, and you were like, uh, and then you went to see the concert, and you're just like, oh my God, it was so fucking, you were like, it's so fucking cool. I don't even understand how no one could not like this, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because you were just so blown away or whatever. Okay, like when I saw him play, I felt claustrophobic. I felt like that sound of heavy metal music in a giant arena, like I've been in those are like not that big, but you're in a club and it's just relentless and it's so driving and it
yeah,
moves the thoughts from your head. That worries me when that happens to me. But and I but I have been in places where that has freed me. So I
yeah.
just transfer my feeling of freedom to that. And then
Mhm.
I watch you sincerely react to it. And I go, there you go.
Yeah.
Something beautiful has
But
happened.
and that right there is why I don't like to talk about things that I don't like because in that scenario, like the thing that you're talking about that makes you feel claustrophobic
Hmm.
charges me up. And so I'm just like, well, this is just you're a different kind of person. And so
Yes.
like the thing that I don't like, somebody else who's a different kind of person
Loves it.
enjoys this. So I'm just
Mhm.
like, well, I'm not that kind of person. Why is my talking shit about this important to anybody? It's not important. You know? It's like it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't push anything forward
No,
ever.
no, right. No,
Like
it does.
literally the only it should literally be two types of things. Like, hey, are you into this?
Right.
Let's talk about it. Are you
Yeah.
not? Let's stop
Right.
talking about this.
Right.
Because it's just like, why? What's the fucking point?
Well, I think, okay, so I am watching, like, I'm around teenagers again. My daughter's 15, so I'm just walking to a room and there's a group of teenagers and I think like and I watch her process stuff by what she likes and what she doesn't like. And
Mhm.
okay, so you're differentiating yourself from others, from your peer group, and you're also identifying with others based on
Yes.
your likes. And
Yes.
then and I feel like criticism is a way to flex your intelligence. Because if you can take something that is coming at you that is you're being told is one thing, and you can go, well, wait, and then you can think into it and try to crack it open a little bit. It's a way of processing your intellect that it actually is creating not a uh, like cynical. Cynicism is important sometimes, and
Well,
I think
yeah.
that's what
Yeah, but
makes you go, yeah, I don't really want to go shoot all those people. I
Yeah,
don't really want to put
but
on
I'm
the same
also
film.
not. I also don't feel like I need to share my cynicism. It's in there.
Exactly.
I've processed
Exactly.
things the way I need to process them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. And it actually takes more energy to overcome that and think about being about positivity. But that's okay.
and
That's okay.
overcoming it is another reason why I don't like to talk about things that I don't like, unless if it comes up in Cranked and Ranked, and it's a subject that we're supposed to talk about. That's a different
Sure.
story.
Sure.
But because there are so many things that I don't know how long I'm going to live, but what if I live until I'm fucking 99, and when
Right.
I'm 91, all of a sudden I like some band that I hated when I was 40.
Mhm.
So I'm just like,
And what did that matter?
it's so like I
Right.
wasted
Yeah.
so much time being like
Right.
fuck this, and it's
Right.
just it in the
Right.
end of the day it's just fucking stupid. Anyway, so okay, but so what do you think? Do you think that you want to do? You want to do movies again? Like watch more movies and we talk about more movies?
I would love to. And I really like when because we talked about talking about records too. And I feel like, okay, well, I've gotten I've gotten a lot of I feel like I've gotten a lot out of stuff that you've sent me that and so I want to do that again. Like I don't know anything that you and Eddie talk about. Like
Yeah,
95% of what you guys have talked about, I've never heard before. So I have to go listen to it. And I think the experience of that has been very good for me
yes,
because I've branched out and I've heard you think about it and I'm like, do I agree with it? Or okay, well, there is that I like. Oh, but I also like this or whatever, like instead of trying to find stuff you like instead of something you don't like, which is something I spend a lot of my time doing. I don't like
yeah.
that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Mhm.
Right. You know what I mean? So it's been nice. So I would also love to listen to a record because you said to me the other day, you were like, hey, man, if you played me some of these songs, like if we were hanging out and you played me a song and you said this was cool, I would probably say, yeah, that song's really good. But I'm not just going to go listen to it on my own because you didn't have enough time.
Or
Do you know what I mean?
just
You're
or it's
already
just not anything that interests me beyond like somebody I care about telling me, hey, you should check this out.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we can
Yeah.
do music too. I'm fine with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm drawn to the movie things is because I just don't talk about movies that much. That's it.
Great. Then we'll do the movies thing. But I do want you to listen to Pure Phase by Spiritualized.
Is that electronica type stuff?
No, it isn't. Like here's it's actually it's like the best, most powerful heroin music you're ever gonna hear.
That doesn't sound good.
Oh,
Is it? But
no,
is
it's
there
so
actual
good.
songs? Are there songs or are there
A
tones?
100%. But
Are there
yes, there are
words in it?
tones. There are tons of really fucking powerful human sadness, fucking coping words. Yes, the dude is a
Interesting.
great
Well, now I feel
lyricist.
like I don't really know spiritualized then because I always kind of I attach them to like electronica of the 90s or whatever,
Oh
so
man, ladies and gentlemen, we are flying through. No, he's a rock fucking. It's like it's insane.
okay.
It's not like Sabbath or something, but I mean it the tones and stuff that sweep over you, and especially that record. Like
Hmm.
somebody really said, "Yes, I understand what you're doing, and I'm going to make what is in your head come out of these
so
speakers."
okay, I
So
like that
what would be a record that I would listen to?
exactly. That's why I'm saying let's wait a little bit for that because I
No
really
problem.
need to think about it
No problem.
because there's a lot of things that I like that
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that if you listen to it, you wouldn't really get what I get out of it. But I'm like,
Okay.
maybe I can find something that is that thing
Okay.
that you might. I'm going to come up with a list. I'm going to put together like a list of some albums and
Okay.
then I'll send them to you. And then you can, if there's whatever ones you
Same thing
haven't
we do with the
heard,
movies. Yes.
yeah,
Great.
whatever ones you haven't heard, I'll be like, okay,
Great.
well then do this one. But I was going back through our messages because I wanted to remember what 10 movies I sent you.
Hmm. Oh man, that's going to be way up on the chain, man.
Yeah, I'm going
Ladies and
back
gentlemen, you don't understand how much Steven and I text one another during the day.
because I
It
can also
is
look at what movies you sent me,
right.
and then I feel like we should pick one of those.
Okay. Do we need to do it in front of people or should we do it off of that, not in front of people?
Let's do it not in front of people. I feel like everybody's been here long enough.
Right. Oh, they've been here long enough.
I'm
If you made
supposed
it,
to put on my like producer hat right now and be
Yeah.
like, you know what?
Yeah.
Wrap it up, guys.
Yeah.
So okay, we're gonna
Jay
wrap
Sama
it up.
Sama. J Sama Sama. That's all we need. We just need J Sama Sama's J Sama Sama's there. That's
Yeah,
that his
see,
name?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but at least we had a theme this time. We've still gone on a little long, but we have a theme. And right now, we're going to stick to movies, but we're going to get to. I'm going to come up with albums, and we'll get to albums.
Ooh.
And this will be Summum's boner will become a
Right.
sharing of
Yes. The greater
media,
good. Yeah, the greater
music,
good.
movies, porno. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, porno, all that stuff.
All
Dick
that
pics,
stuff.
the whole thing. We'll just be
Yes.
like, here's my wiener,
Yeah.
like just whatever. Yeah,
We'll,
no,
we'll
but
do
it's the
one
greater
entire
good.
episode where we just send
Just
each other pictures of our dicks and we will talk about them. And he will
Right.
talk
Yeah.
about
And
how
we will not
mine.
show them to you. You will not see them. We will see them, right?
We will do our own caricature drawings
Right.
of them
Right.
and then
Right.
show them to everybody.
Just yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
so yeah, let's
Okay.
wrap it up. This has been the most recent episode of Summum Bonum.
The greater good.
Summum Bonum, the greater good.
The greater good.
And I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm Old Head. That's
And
Smirl.
I am Smirl. Yes. Thank you.
Smurly.
Smurly.
I like calling you Smurly. I don't know why.
Yeah, Smurly.
Does anybody else call you Smurly?
Man, dude, there was a guy named Shane Gellert. He was the roadie yeah, and he called me Smurly, and then he would go Smang. He liked to call me Smang. Smang dang a doodle. So he called me Smurly, Smurly. Yeah, no, I like Smurly. Smurly's
I'm just
good.
going to come
Yeah.
up with different ways. Like I'm going to call you Smirkle and stuff like
Smirkle.
that. Yeah.
Sure. And did I do
Smirkle
that?
is
Did
Smirkle's
I
really
do
good,
that?
actually.
Yeah, no, Smirkle is really good.
So anyway, signing
Okay.
off.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back, in later days with other two movies that we're not going to tell you. You're going to have to find out. So thanks for
Right on.
watching. And bye everyone. Thanks for watching. Just tell them bye, Smirl. Smirkle.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.